So we are live, guys. We are back with another watch party, day 2 of Rocket League, and I'm a bit late, guys, क्योंकि अब मैच चालू हो चुका है. तो guys, make sure आप लोग स्ट्रीम पे नए आए हो, लाइक करो फटाफट से एंड सब्सक्राइब करो चैनल को और फटाफट से guys गेम चालू करते हैं बिकॉज यहाँ पे 1.5 मिनट का मैच ऑलरेडी हो चुका चालू. पहला मैच गाइस हो रहा है बिटवीन फाल्कन्स एंड M8, जो कि देखने लायक मैच था, क्योंकि मुझे लगता नहीं है कि यहाँ पे आज फाल्कन्स यहाँ पे जीत पाएगी. लेट्स सी क्या फाल्कन्स लोअर ब्रैकेट खेलने वाली है.
But I am still fascinated to see him opted for the Octane for this tournament. He's a long-time Fennec main over the years. Of course, he has got plenty Octane playtime, as do most Fennec players. It looks like that's
because आज lower brackets के वो टूटने वाले हैं, guys, medal टूटने वाला है.
A little bit more creativity.
वो थोड़ा insane होगा, देखने में मजा आएगा.
See that often with Octane players versus Fennec. More fluidity, perhaps, less of those brick wall 50-50s.
Brick wall is hardcore. Almost at the halfway point here, still scoreless. Pretty ample amount of opportunities on either.
हाई मिड हो गया guys, अभी तक एक गोल नहीं पड़ा.
Just a handful.
फैंस बावले हो गए भाई मिड के.
Hear them and see them here in Paris. How excited they are. There's a Drali. Another hand up from the mates. I gotta hand it to them. They really are doing a good job of cutting a lot of this off as quickly as it starts from the Falcons.
Yeah, that was super early follow up there by Drali, but mates were equal to it. Word on the street behind the scenes is that Falcons have been playing very well. Heard a lot of different takes on them from other teams, coaches who think they're going to go on a run this tournament.
नहीं हुआ.
We've already started.
रोहित भाई क्या हाल है? Welcome to the stream, brother. What's up? How you doing, man? Welcome.
Could not beat online.
अभी तो ये नहीं बोल सकते ना कि रात को स्ट्रीम हो रही है, अब हो रही है दोपहर को स्ट्रीम. लाडले.
The funny thing too is yesterday Falcons' performance against RA wasn't even a peak by any means. It was just a very clean masterclass, to be honest. Strongest we've seen them is always usually online as they attempt few shots here. Nas is taking this away and keeping it on the high end. Path almost cleared out. Quick follow shot to the backboard. Wasp
4 मिनट हो गया गाइस, अभी तक ये गोल नहीं पड़ा है. बताओ
just high enough.
क्या सीन है भाई. एमएट जीत जाएगी जितना मेरे को लग रहा है गाइस. ओला बोलते फाल्कन्स ने गोल मारती है. जिंक्सर तो हूँ मैं, जिंक्सर तो मैं हूँ. और आज मैं फुल एनर्जी के साथ आया. इट इज बिकॉज भाई मैं सो के आया बढ़िया. आज अगर नींद आई मेरे को पता है भाई, गाइस मैं तगड़ा सोया हूँ, बहुत सोया हूँ गाइस, बहुत सारा सो गया. ये है ना बढ़िया टाइम, मस्त. अभी ऑफिस से आया, अभी चिल करते हुए स्ट्रीम. वेरी रियलिस्टिक भाई, इससे टाइमिंग कौन सी हो गई तुम्हारी रोहित भाई? अर्ली मॉर्निंग, अरे ये क्या एंगल है भाई?
Almost scored in reverse, very tricky to do at this level.
टाइमिंग चेंज कर लेगा रोहित भाई तुम्हें?
Falcons lead. Genomates came out the gates early. They came out quick. But that was their, I believe, their first goal they've conceded this tournament. They did play 5 fears yesterday, won in dominant fashion. But this is a big step up in terms of opponent for them.
Yeah, if you look at the two brackets that both of these teams have encountered on their way to this point, gentlemen, it's definitely not as challenging as the Falcons. Like you made mention to, Falcons against R8 was definitely a moment to prove to themselves that they were in.
आज वैसे अपर ब्रैकेट और लोअर ब्रैकेट दोनों होने वाला है. लोअर ब्रैकेट में जो भी हारेगा वो सीधा बाहर, और अपर ब्रैकेट में जो हारेगा उसको और एक चांस मिलेगा टू प्ले विद द लोअर ब्रैकेट विनर. तो दे डोंट नीड टू वरी. तो कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं. लास्ट के जो 2 गेम्स होने वाले हैं बेस्ट ऑफ 7 होने वाले हैं.
Got score that. That should have been a goal. Falcons don't need it, fortunately. But they would have loved to be up 2-0 here. Can they get it anyway? Ruas has been outstanding.
बोली क्या हाल है? ये ना बढ़िया टाइम. मैं जस्ट बेड से उठा भी चिल करते हुए देखो हैशटैग करो. What the hell? पालकर से दूसरा गोल मार दिया भाई. कल ऑस्की मार क्यों नहीं पा रहा भाई एमेट में? क्या मैंने कुछ ज्यादा जल्दी डिसीजन ले लिया था गाइस? क्या एमेट हराने वाली है फाल्कन्स को? फाल्कन्स तो तगड़ा खेल रही है अब. और इनमें से जो जीतेगा अपर ब्रैकेट में से जो भी जीतेगा, और फाल्कन्स जीत गई. अब अपर ब्रैकेट में से जो भी जीतेगा गाइस वो डायरेक्ट प्लेऑफ में चले जाएगा. और फाल्कन्स ऑलरेडी एक विन पे आ चुकी है बेस्ट ऑफ 5 में. मुझे ऑफिस 3.5 घंटे जाना पड़ता है, तो मॉर्निंग 8:30 से 9:30 तक ऑफिस जाता हूँ एंड 1 बजे तक वापस. ओह आई सी. ये बढ़िया है भाई. 3.5 घंटे ऑफिस जाओ भाई.
Insane game from him. Not statistically, where he was actually on the bottom of the scoreboard, but I loved what he was doing. Every touch, he was taking his time. He was getting the necessary outplays. There was a setup. He gets it forward. Drally pounces on it on the counter attack for the opening goal. Relax also.
बोले तो अभी नींद से उठ रहा और मैं स्ट्रीम करके चालू करके बैठ गया हूँ. सोच ले. वेरी रियलिस्टिक. जबकि मैं तेरे से लेट सोने गया था बेड पे. जस्ट से
Such a strong game 1 from the Falcons.
आज का
Like we've said, especially after yesterday's performance.
आज के प्लान्स है हमारे 4 मैच होने वाले. ग्रुप 4 मैच होने वाले जिसमें से ग्रुप 2 के मैचेस होने वाले जो अभी ऑलरेडी चालू हो चुका है. ग्रुप ए के 2 मैचेस होने वाले अपर ब्रैकेट. फिर ग्रुप बी के लोअर ब्रैकेट के 2 मैचेस होने वाले जो कि लास्ट के 2 मैचेस होंगे बेस्ट ऑफ 7. और इनमें से जो भी हारेगा वो बाहर है भाई. क्रेजी है भाई. कल के स्केड्यूल भी आ गया भैंस क्या. तो लियो हो गया.
Defending club championship champions. And let's see if Gentlemates can get a goal against Falcons. It was that early streak of saves from Falcons that kept Gentlemates' best chances at bay. And after that, it was a higher line of defense in the midfield.
Oski off the backboard, double down. Archie, a lot of no space, but Nass is still going to try and keep the play alive.
बोले क्या लगता है फाल्कन्स जाएगी भाई? क्वालीफाई कर जाएगी? और ये पहला गोल ऑस्की ने मारा भाई मिड में.
Still created from Nass, takes it away from his countryman Drally, and then just delays the touch.
भाई पेंच करके का पास किया भाई. चल रे बढ़ के बिट्टू भाई. अरे क्रेजी. कांग्रेचुलेशन रोहित भाई. कांग्रेचुलेशन ब्रदर. क्रेजी भाई हो. क्रेजी से तरक्की करो लाइफ में.
Double fake from Falcons. Mates only go for the single fake. They had the cheating player to follow up in the free ball.
यही तो होता है कॉर्पोरेट मोटिवेशन. सैलरी बढ़ जाती है और स्ट्रीमर की मोटिवेशन एक ही चीज होती है गाइस. ओनली स्ट्रीम टीम एंड सुपर चैट एंड मेंबरशिप. दैट्स ऑल. क्रेजी.
Mates just holding on to their pressure right now. You're playing from the lead at this point. Ross does have the ball.
ये गेम मेरे को लग रहा है मैच जीतने वाली है.
Let's see.
क्या उड़ा रहे भाई ये लोग बॉल.
It's the one big difference for me between all the top teams. So they're going to keep pressing. No way, Nass going for the double off the redirect. But you know, some teams will sit back and just let their 1-0 sit there. You know, thinking teams like NRG in their prime, teams like Vitality, very happy to just let the other team come to them. Then you look at teams like Twisted Minds and KC, never satisfied. Falcons are still trying to find their identity as a trio. And you know, we're going to need to wait and see what they do in this tournament. Gentlemates, for now, are just trying to hold that midfield. They don't want to be defended from up close, which they have to do here, and they do successfully.
Archie's taking this one around, and I'd like to mention too, well, almost number 2, of Falcons still trying to find their identity. I feel like they've been fairly adaptive to deciding on how they want to play against other people with R8. But a little bit more of the shootout against the mates. I feel like there's a level of respect to play it closer. Shot towards net, 2 out to make the save. Still, the Falcons are able to keep the pressure forward.
Yeah, space for Drally here. Decides to go solo, using the lateral pass option as bait. And now here it comes, Ruas booms the post. That was just outside of the goal-scoring angle for Ruas. And unfortunately, it's flashed across the goal before Clears could get there.
Mates on the counter right now, a little bit of pressure. You saw that one demo come out too, waiting to see if anybody from the end of Gentlemates wants to start that level of aggression against the Falcons, which is a scary thing to do. It's pushing the buttons of the bear, or the Falcons, I should say.
Oh, demo nearly landed there. That would have surely been a goal for Clears.
वो क्या गोल चाहते थे बच्चा भाई क्या पोल हुआ है
Gentlemates
Crazy poll, bhai.
together for now. They're just letting the clock work, just keeping the pressure on. It's been Gentlemates dominating territorially in game 2.
Sealing it down. Lower boost reserve right now for the Falcons. In turn is handed a lot of that possession of the ball back to the mates over and over. And they're happy to play this clear ball right now and wait for it to get given back. Just holding on to that 1-goal lead, the final minute 40 right here. Drawing on no boost. There it is again.
Oh.
Having to work together on this one.
Falcons का goal लग नहीं रहा है मेरे को.
Keeps Falcons out.
Yeah, I like the way Gentlemates are defending.
Falcons वहाँ पे गोल मारे थे बेचारे का पोल हो गया.
Rotation on the way back to challenge any kind of transition attempts from Falcons. We're also seeing, you know, an adequate mix-up of challenges. They're not just full sending it every time. They're becoming predictable. They're just leaving the ball to come out a little bit further, like we saw there. If the third man's got a better angle, we saw a back pass a little bit ago. So Gentlemates are mixing it up. Falcons can't get out our defense reliably.
Drawley past one again. Low boost.
Goal!
Steal, and it's enough to get a little bit of momentum on this ball to the center there. Look at this.
Oh wow, Archie went for a really risky clear.
क्या पास कर रहे हैं भाई ये लोग crazy. हमारे लौंडे का वैसे पास करेंगे भाई.
Because he's really tried to go around an
अरे दादा.
obvious dunk from what I could see. But Nas, as we could see in the replay, wasn't anywhere near the goal. So that's, you know, bad communication from Gentlemates. Either Nas has got to let Archie know to play a safe 50, or Archie's got to just do it. Maybe he was informed in comms. We'll have to find out later. As is though, Falcons get an easy goal in the transition.
They're running it back. Nice 50 from Ruas to keep him going forward. Jolly a little bit more from the center. Right from the corner there. Beautiful setup between the two. Look at this. Oski thought he was going to get another touch on it. No, it's just straight power to the middle. The Falcons have taken the lead in the final 38.
Just classic MENA Rocket League there. Fast as anyone else. Fastest in the world when compared to any other region. And Kalir scores his 50th goal. He's going for 51. He misses it off the crossbar. What a way that would have been to take the all-time goal-scoring record away from his former teammate TRK.
It would absolutely be in fashion to do that with some sort of a clip. For now, got to be a little bit more patient. 10 seconds left here. The Gentlemate's going to try and find each other. Going for Oski. Clears. Did happen to get in front. Ruas is going to make that big clear upfield, and the mates, if they can keep this up, they have a chance. Pass over to Oski.
Tricky.
It's a little bit awkward, but is able to still play it high off the side. But every single Falcon is going for a challenge, but they're not killing the ball.
Yeah, I kind of like that they're not forcing it down, because that was interceptable. So they're just trying to pin back Gentlemates and force them to take the risky touch. You know, if you try to kill the ball and somebody keeps it up again, you might have put your teammates in trouble. So Falcons are just trying to keep the ball back. I'm sure they'll snipe it into the ground if they get the opportunity. Ruas is going for it here, and that should do it. Falcons take game 2 from behind.
भाई फाल्कन्स ने कैसे लास्ट सेकंड में क्या गोल मारा भाई लास्ट 38 सेकंड में क्या गोल था वो What the hell? Crazy भाई. उत्कर्ष भाई न्यू माउस खरीद लिया. उत्कर्ष भाई का नया माउस है. उनका एक माउस ऑलरेडी आरएमए में गया हुआ है. वहाँ पे टेस्टिंग वगैरह होगा, उसके बाद ही वो माउस आएगा.
twins. You can see it in all the setups that it has.
Last 38 seconds में goal तो था भाई Falcons.
But from that point forward, this was all the Falcons.
It's just too risky. I mean, Archie, like I said earlier, he either thinks that he's got backup there to play a risky chip like that, instead of just getting behind the ball and killing it to the back corner, which would have given Nas time to get back. So he either thinks Nas is back, which means Gentlemates they've not calmed correctly, or he's made a risky play. Maybe Gentlemates told Archie he's last back and he just thought he could get it past Rally, which we can see he absolutely could not. But you know, that happens a lot in Rocket League. You think as third man, oh yeah, I can chip the ball over this attacker, and then you go for it, they just double jump and they get a big dunk on you.
Well, the Falcons have officially found match point, trying to rewrite this little matchup between them and the mates. Gentlemates now having to play all the way from the starting
Guys,
line.
one more game for Falcons. Let's go.
Looks like it's going to be exactly the same story as before.
Well, let's see what happened here, because Gentlemates,
ये क्या हुआ?
to put this back corner a little bit, but
भाई गेम अभी चालू हुआ 2 सेकंड में गोल हो गया.
And the close cheek coming through.
भाई ये बंदा पीछे से उड़ के आया, सीधा गोली मार दिया भाई.
Again, just reminded us that their downfall was exaggerated. Everybody's
भाई Falcons full cooked हो गया यस तो. भाई प्लेऑफ्स का सोच के आई है मैं पहले से. अरे भाई 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 भाई.
Successful second split. They're here to remind everybody that was just a brief blip.
गेम चालू के 2 सेकंड और गोल पड़ गया.
Otherwise, it's been a pretty successful season for them. Top four.
भाई फास्टेस्ट गोल है गाइस ये तो आज का. 2 सेकंड में गोल. ठीक है भाई.
Falcons holding on to this ball for now, 50 down. Quick follow from Drawley. I love the influence onto Drawley too. As time has gone on, you can feel him starting to have that
Falcons work करके आई है भाई आज.
level of attack now.
I like that from Falcons. Just they're not full committing, not diving in. They're just hedging their bets there. He saw the little chip to the backboard. If the miss comes through, follow up is there. If it doesn't, just going to use the flip to recover. I think this is the difference that we're seeing now between this version of Falcons and the Falcons with TRK, where it was everybody full sending it every single touch. There's definitely a more measured approach from Falcons here. They won game 2 while on the defensive end for the majority of the game. 57% of the game, the ball was in their half. No problem. They just defended for the necessary time, and then late in the game, they get the win. So, yeah, the game plan's looking good. It's looking like they're growing into this this new roster.
The 3:30 mark is where things started to get a little chippy between the two in the last game here. Nas finally going to get the mates back to that blue side there.
अरे
2 players.
क्या कटाया भाई बंदे ने बॉल. हेलो नास.
It's going to be Nas
हाँ.
to give the mates a little bit of
क्या फ्लिप किया इधर उसने. अरे बाप रे 2 प्लेयर को कटाया इसने बॉल. भाई डिजर्विंग गोल भाई.
Going 1v2.
डिजर्विंग गोल भाई.
A blunder by Falcons. They didn't layer their challenges quickly enough.
क्या 2 बंदों को कटा के लेके गया भाई वो बॉल. क्रेजी भाई.
Didn't see if he got forced into that position by off the ball pressure, but you can almost guarantee there was something like that going on. Otherwise, he would have just been ready, facing the play, to dive in as soon as Nas flicks it past Rally.
Archie already up. Of course, it's going to be faster on this one. That shot dangerously close on net. Falcons do defend. These counters getting challenged a lot quicker now by the mates as Nas is taking this one down to the ground. I do want to see the mates hold on to this ball a little longer. We've seen what Nas has been able to do with it. I want to see what oksbi is capable of. He has his pop-off moments. We just haven't quite seen it yet.
Oh.
Shot here from Raleigh, double from the side.
It's a nice little fake there by Clears as well. They're just letting the ball come back to the teammates here. Falcons aren't rushing into the back corner. They had a fake and then a drive challenge from them. These are things that you wouldn't really see from the old Falcons roster. They would all just play the ball there. You know, I love TRK as a player because he's so consistent. I can promise you in that position, he's just going to drive in and hit the ball dead center as hard as he can.
That's a little switch up there that's given the Falcons that edge that's been missing. Tied game still. Raleigh rips a shot on net. Archie going to take this one to the side. These challenges coming through.
भाई दोनों टीम फुल ट्राई कर रही है भाई इधर गोल मारने के लिए. फुल ट्राई.
Allows the mates to get into the blue side. He's going to try and slow it down here. It's not going to stop them
Goal.
from taking the shot.
भाई
What pass! Clears trying to glue himself to that ball, but he couldn't get back to it. Great vision, Nas.
हाथ से बॉल छीन के मारा भाई गोल क्रेजी भाई.
Archie with the finish.
Gentlemates, it's a matter of, do you continue to build on this or you play this one a little bit more defensively? So far, it's felt like they want to go for the shootout. They had ample opportunity. Drawley, Demo on the last man back, so they're going to keep moving forward. Try to go under one, nobody there. It will be Drawley to almost get them out. Nas with a quick cut in rotation, but Demo for even the thought of trying to stay.
Yeah, nice demo and recovery there. A way to stay productive while rotating back. Oh, that's a big bounce. And it's not one.
भाई और एमएट भड़क गया गाइस. एमएट कम बैक कर रही है. ऑस्की में भड़क गया. हाथ गर्म होगा ऑस्की का.
Off the diagonal flat surface, not the curved surface like he was expecting. Kicks out into the mid from the pinch pass.
Such a clean pinch pass too, like you said, and a great read. Mates do continue to build on it. We'll see what they can do here.
Oh, careful.
Redirect to the back. That could have been risky.
Oh my goodness. Archie showing the mechanics. He's been getting his hours up in free play, no doubt. Time for this tournament. Often just the guy who's trying to play solid rock for his team. Leave the mechanics to Nasinoski. But I forget sometimes Archie's a very mechanical player in his own right. Now it's Falcons who've got a lot of work to do. Rally with a safe 50 across, but Gentlemates have got everybody back. They've got plenty boost. Looking good in the defensive position.
Archie has a shot opportunity, will be slow as he took it on 0 boost. Oski out to the side here, Ruas just trying to be a little bit of a menace there on the back end too. Falcons desperate to try and find some of those shots that they were finding in the earlier game. Nose down, playing the back pass. Could regret it, but Oski's not gonna let them.
Oski got up so quick in defense for that. Even if it was on target, he had it covered, so great reflexes in defense. That should do it for Gentlemates. Finally getting a win. They will feel right now like they should have had 2. The last game they led for the majority of it. The Falcons caught them with 2 bursts of pace at the end.
गॉडलक भाई इंडिया की टीम ही नहीं है रॉकेट लीग में.
Absolutely got a series in our hands here.
एमएट जीत गई भाई. गाइस 2-1 हो गया यहाँ पे लियो जी. 2-1 कर दिया भाई एमएट ने. अगर ये कमबैक करती है एमएट जीत रही है भाई. अगर ये 2-all स्कोर हो रहा है भाई जीत रही है भाई.
It's also valid to say that there is a warm up. You know, the playing 5 Fears versus Falcons playing R8, 2 different journeys to getting here.
जिस तरह से भाई यहाँ पे इसने गोल मारा है ना भाई साहब.
This opener.
Yeah. It was good off the ball play by Archie there. That's what
2 लोगों को डॉज करते हुए भाई गोल मारा भाई.
To be out of position as the last man. Had Archie not done that, she ran ahead of the play, even though he didn't land a big demo to leave the net wide open. Just being there had the same effect. It forced Colliers into an awkward spot where he couldn't follow up Drally.
इंडिया की टीम ही नहीं रॉकेट लीग में. इंडिया की कोई भी टीम नहीं है.
You need that extra something.
भाई एशिया में से एक ही टीम हो भी TSM है.
If you're going to go 1v2 in the dribble, usually these players are so good at following up each other's challenges.
वो अकेली टीम है एशिया की.
Pass one. The second challenge hits before you've even landed from the flick. So good job Archie there, off the ball, giving Nas some space. You know, so it's a 1v2 in a technicality, but Archie is off the ball contributing.
Gentlemates have gotten their first foot forward.
बाकी सब बाहर के टीम्स खेल रहे हैं. सुपर गेमर OG व्हाट्स अप. भाई डू यू प्ले रॉकेट लीग? यस ब्रदर, आई डू प्ले, बट आई एम नॉट दैट टू प्रो भाई जो तुम सोच रहे हो. मैं गोल्ड प्लेयर हूं भाई.
The opener will see Ruas. Does he get the same space as before? He almost creates it. He almost got the bump on Nas there. It's not going to deter him from trying again.
Yes, they're staying physical, despite the fact that their 7 demos last game didn't really lead to much. Their only goal coming off a kickoff counter. Gentlemates
PWC का वेन्यू कितना बड़ा है. PWC भी हो रहा है, रॉकेट लीग भी हो रहा है, चेस भी हो रहा है, चेस भी हो रहा है, CS भी चल रहा है भाई. बहुत बड़ा वेन्यू है भाई. 4 गेम एक साथ चल रहे हैं अभी. 4 भी नहीं है, इनफैक्ट 5 गेम चल रही है. 5 भी कोई और गेम चल रही है. जितना मुझे 4 पता था मैंने बता दिया. 5 और कोई तो गेम चल रहा है.
Definitely looks like both teams are in good form for EWC, which is good to see.
और सेकंड लास्ट वीक EWC का, नेक्स्ट वीक लास्ट वीक EWC का.
Time of the year for Rocket League. Oh, Drally just goes a bit too wide with the Dish attempt off the back wall. Falcons getting some early pressure in game 4.
Very early pressure. The mates definitely have been able to clean up their acts at the beginning of the series. Careers trying to find that.
कल से quarter final शुरू देंगे भाई.
Will not be given it. Drawley with the catch. 30 in the tank to work with.
अरे क्या घुमा रहा है ये बॉल?
Get to clears, no. And every time the mates think that they have found the clear,
Falcons को खाली एक मैच जीतना है.
Falcon shoots.
Well, Drawley didn't want to commit there. Thought it risky with both his teammates up ahead of him. Again, I keep thinking of the comparisons between this version of Falcons and the TRK version. You're not seeing those triple commits to offense with this new roster. While it does maybe say
यार 2.0 पेरिस लगाओ. यार 2.0 रियाद में नहीं हो रहा. It is because वहाँ पे काम चल रहा है वेन्यू. रियाद में लेकिन ENC होगा. साल के एंड में होने वाला है.
That is just a testament to, you know, the Drawley roster move that a couple of people questioned there.
It's always going to have those.
You're always going to have a question mark on any team that it had, you know, any form of success.
Until they win something. They won with TRK, they haven't won with Rally, so that's going to be the metric.
अरे क्या फ्लिक किया भाई बॉल को बाप रे.
This could be a chance.
Almost at that halfway point, mates falling a little bit closer into the patterns of games 1 and 2.
अब जी का सीन चालू है. आज भी सर्वाइवर स्टेज है क्या?
In this last game.
ग्रैंड फाइनल्स कब चालू? कल से ना, फ्राइडे सैटरडे. हाँ, संडे को स्मैश शूट लगेगा.
More defense out of Gentlemates this game than any of the games before it, but they've looked good while doing it. They're spreading out the tasks defensively exceptionally well so far. That is something that they always do. Just covering the back corner, covering the goal, covering the back wall, spotting the mid passes before they happen. This is what you want to see from a team in the defensive end. Yes, they've been pushed back, but they haven't really had to defend their goal line too much with heroics.
Goal! Oh!
I was going to say that could have been the heroic shot that the Falcons needed.
भाई क्या बचा है उसने?
And you can see it live from Paris. Crowd completely full, waiting to see who's going to be the first to score here.
Oh.
Redirect to the backboard.
Oh.
No follow given.
What save by Ruas. Countering the skip with a skip of his own.
4 मिनट हो गए गाइस, अभी तक गोल नहीं पड़ा. बताओ.
On the orange side, round 1, oksbi almost was able to break him out, but Clears is still in there. Archie's helped him out. oksbi was already waiting, but he went for the solo play on it. 2 Falcons had him red. Quick counter.
Ruas is trying to move the ball forward, but Gentlemates track back, dispossess. It's back and forth
OT आ रहा है guys.
Whereas it was Falcons.
First OT of the day मेरे को लग रहा है. अरे गोल पड़ गया.
Can't get back to it. He was put in the same position Ruas was in just moments
मेरे
ago.
बोलते गोल कैसे पड़ जाता है भाई?
Whereas Ruas skims it clear. oksbi
मेरे बोलते ही गोल कैसे पड़ जाता है?
gets punished by the
जिंक्सर तो हूँ मैं.
So rough.
Falcons भाई, Falcons ने मार दिया पहला गोल. हाँ सर, सर्वाइवल में देख रहा है कौन सी टीम आएगी, बाकी तो इंडिया तो ग्रैंड फाइनल्स. लेट्स गो यार. ये क्या था? ये ओरिजिनल रॉकेट लीग भाई. हम जो खेलते कुछ भी नहीं हो. हम तो भाई गाड़ियों से ऐसा लगता है झाड़ियों मारते हैं भाई ग्राउंड में. एक्चुअल रॉकेट लीग ऐसा होता है. ले जी एमिट ने भी मार दिया यहाँ पे गोल.
Instant response from a composed Gentlemates.
एमिट हार नहीं मान रही भाई. क्या गोल मारा है भाई. आज कैरी कर रहा भाई नास.
The 1v1 a lot of people would love to see too. Small glimmer of it right there. Tied game in the final minute of regulation. 50 down. We'll see how the Falcons want to play this one here. Slower to shoot out. I do like that the mates are already kind of pre-jumping a lot of these interceptions. Although it does still end up on the other end of the field. They can keep the pressure forward.
Ruas just matching the height of the play there. Thought about going to the ceiling, but just the fact that he was lining up to do that. Nas came back down, so did Ruas. Good little thing to do there when you're trying to intercept a clear that you're not sure how high it's going to be. Just track the height. oksbi coming through now. Final few seconds of game 4. Gentlemates looking for their second game in a row.
Very low boost on the end of the Falcons here, but that's not going to scare them. They let Nas work with what he can. Archie's already there. The mates can't commit too far. You can see oksbi in the back end just playing the patient game. They're not scared to play the overtime now.
एमिट निकालने ही लग रहा है. एमिट इज अ गुड टीम भाई. और फाल्कन्स ने फिर भी यहाँ पे थोड़ा लीड ले रखा है 2-1 का.
Both teams coming in from the same side. It looks like
अभी
we
OD
will make
decide
it to
करेगी,
midfield
अगर
play,
एमेट
and
ने
it's gonna
मार
be
दिया तो
Oski
खत्म है।
led with
एमेट
the
comeback कर
Zoe
लेगी
touch.
last game में।
Reset, intercepted. And the Falcons look like they're gonna
और अगर
once
फाल्कन्स
again
जीत
get
गए तो
out
भाई
of defense.
प्लेऑफ्स में एंटर कर जाएगी।
Big demo too. The mates go down one player for a small moment, but the Falcons weren't able to counter on it. Nas, no connect on
अभी एक ही
anybody,
गोल
but
डिसाइड
it's
करने
not
वाला
gonna
है।
stop. Another
क्या
shot
होगा?
being taken. On low boost into the corner. Drawley there. Defends not one, but two attempts from the mates.
Got a surprising stat for you here, Hart. Kaliers is the only player in this lobby that's ever scored an overtime goal at EWC. Believe it or not.
That sounds about right.
OT सेवर कौन मरेगा भाई इनकी टीम
Surprised
में?
that he has. Surprised that no one else has managed to get one as well.
एक्चुअली फाल्कन हारना चाहिए पर अब
There's always now. Drawley looking to try and change that statistic. Out from the corner. Could be the same story as old
Whoa.
time. Go!
Oh, early chance here in overtime. I say early, we're a minute in, but feels like this could go for a while with how well these teams have defended. Rally being asked to do a lot there.
भाई फुल प्रेशर आ रखा है एमेट पे।
Oh, what a catch by Oski. Gets back to it with the reset. No boost left. And again, the challenges are coming through on recoveries from both teams.
Yeah, both these teams not trying to play too high of a risk right now, but a lot of solo plays from the mates, trying to spot each other. Falcons have had them read every single time. Can
Oh.
Clears read this from the backboard? Nobody's there. Redirected all the way past the mid-line. Will be a short-lived play.
Oroas cuts in. Catches one gentlemate off guard. Did not surprise Archie though. Oski's in net with zero here. Super awkward for him. He can't get there. Nas to the
पोल हो
rescue.
तो अच्छा भाई पोल लगा।
Falcons just boxing them in at the moment, but gentlemates to find a way out. Reset.
Goal.
by Oski.
Oh.
Rally with the goal line save.
Raleigh has done such an incredible job on the back end. No connect between the twins.
Some Falcons are ramping up here. From I can see, gentlemates need to stabilize. That's not the touch Oski wanted. Falcons are all over them, and now 50 rattles off the
पिंच
post.
किया था बॉल हुआ नहीं भाई।
He does keep it close.
चलो मैं
though.
डोसा
That's
खा
what
के
he
आया,
wants
ठीक
to
ठीक
do.
ठीक।
He doesn't have the
सर
boost.
आप कोहली भाई आइवन भाई तीनों आज अपनी टीम बनाओ।
That's gonna do it.
एमेट जीत गए भाई 2-2 कर दिया।
With no boost.
एमेट जीत रही है।
Still manages to make the play.
टीम बनाओ आज इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट करो एनसी के जरूर जरूर डेफिनेटली भाई
All is forgiven, Oski.
डेफिनेटली।
We're gonna get
भाई,
ready to
2-all
find
कर दिया,
their way
guys.
through Nash. Now
एमेट
on
जीत रही है,
the
Falcons हार गई।
leaderboard for an EWC overtime goal.
ये हार गए भाई।
Joins Kaliers with that. Yeah, that's actually a mistake from Falcons there. Oski with zero boost. Yeah, it wasn't really threatening anything there. The only threat was the 50 mid. He didn't have any other way to advance the ball. Unless Falcons give him away, which is what they did. I think it was Kaliers, but we'll see again on the replay. The defender here has to hit the ball on the goal side and try and keep it in the corner, because anything in the corner is fine. There's no danger at all. You've got Drally behind you in net, but the 50 went mid because Falcons allowed it to go mid. There, right there. So that 50 has to go towards the corner from Falcons. That's a big mistake against a zero boost player, especially something they probably would have known that he's a no boost or at least low boost. I don't think Nas and Oski are going to mind. They'll take it. Gentlemates will absolutely take it. It's timeout Falcons. They try to steady the ship.
Crazy thing too is just how much the Falcons played offensively. 10, 12 shots.
There's just 5, yeah.
It's insane how much opportunity that they had, but it's also a testament to the mates' defense. A couple of mistakes, definitely time to clean that up. A timeout, I believe, was called.
Yeah, Falcons fancied it there. I mean, it would be silly not to. You've just lost 2 in a row, and that last one, like you mentioned, they had the advantage. They had the chances. That was the one that they should have closed out the series with, in my opinion. We'll see if they can do any better in Game 5. But from my view, Gentlemates should have won Game 2. Archie made a very unnecessary, risky clear attempt in that game to let Falcons back into it. And now Falcons probably should have won Game 4. They made a defensive mistake, but just to get on the wrong side of the ball with a 50-50, and that's all you need sometimes at this level for a goal to happen. I mean, it caught me off guard. I didn't expect a goal with it, zero boost Oski advancing. You're thinking, well, he's not going to get past his man here. this is just going to be an
Talking about
easy...
it's the big ox.
It's not only even the fact that it used 0, but also it's like a rolling ball.
First game ही heavy try होगा guys.
In the ball to play with. If it's a bouncing ball, at least you can get under it.
Imagine doing watch party from venue, क्या मजा आएगा, माहौल बना दिए.
But yeah, that
भाई venue का माहौल कुछ अलग रहता है भाई. Full hyped up माहौल रहता है.
Now game 5.
Full hyped up माहौल रहता है because of fans.
Get the job done.
For those of you reoccurring EWC fans, or maybe you're new, but
And in fact,
reverse sweep attempts
already बहुत सारे लोग कर रहे हैं stream.
EWC before, but none
Already बहुत सारे लोग stream कर रहे हैं.
Mates looking to try and be the first off the backboard here. No follow going to be found. It stays out mid. Nas going to clear it up field. The Mates
अब मैं venue की बात कर रहा
trying to do the EWC impossible.
And Rawas is sticking in the octane here. A lot of players, when things are going wrong,
Guys, decider match.
the unconventional car would switch it up, but not him.
लो जी एमिट ने शुरुआत भी कर दी गोल.
Makes it 1, just 31 seconds into the game. Moves the first touch.
एमिट जीत रही है. एमिट भी वैलो में है ना. हाँ.
This is the version of the Mates that we saw back in Boston, the ones that were very high speed, very almost toe for toe with the Mina level of speed on attack.
Absolutely.
And that was really what had set them apart from everybody else back in Boston and is doing here in Paris.
You know, the thing for the Falcons is that they're going to be obviously very upset with this loss, should they lose this from 2 up especially. But the game plan to me
I see almost sir EWC कर रहे हैं.
Seeing from them, it's been on the execution level where it's gone wrong.
लोग और PUBG के अलावा देखना क्या आता है.
Gentlemates, similar story. I think really right now it comes down to who can execute to a higher level mechanically.
इंडिया वाले लोगों को रॉकेट. ओ लेग गोल. इंडिया वाले लोगों को रॉकेट लीग के बारे में पता ही नहीं है.
Continues to add to his all-time assist lead.
Falcons कर रही है comeback.
Wow. Ruas just down, passes it. It's great communication, playing the bounce too.
Paris वाला मैप लगा दिया. 5th मैप है ना, last मैप.
On the play there.
I mean, just a vision to find his teammate in stride there is immaculate from Ruas. Still had such a great series for me. Been asked to do a lot, but we know what he can do. He's the best goal line defender in the world, one of the best all-around defenders in the world, but we forget sometimes. Oh, whoa, hold on. Hold that thought.
Sometimes we forget that Drake is still the best in the world.
Oh, what on earth happened?
Huh?
It's just a straight challenge. It's an awkward...
I reckon we've got to get goal side of that though, surely. We've got to get a piece of the ball. Like, Drali's done well, like you said. I'm very surprised that the defenders gone so high on that though, and not at least got some of the ball to save it. Oh, you know, Falcons coming back, they're saving up.
I would argue the Falcons are playing a lot more similarly to that game 1 and 2 in terms of speed. The last 2 times that the Mates have been able to take them, they slowed the game down by about 10%. They played slower than the Falcons, and you can tell Falcons have been able to re-control the pace of play, and that's when the Mates start to get a little bit awkward again. Demo in the front, in the corner, drawing itch.
That's tough in general, but especially with such a little boost. It's a good back pass by Gentlemates. Nas also with a little step over and then taking control, but Falcons are all over them. Gentlemates have got to be careful. They're trying to get that corner boost. It's not there. Now it is. Archie grabs it. Another shot comes in. Nas is ready for that one. He's got Oski faking in front of him. Nas going to keep going. Clears with the defensive touch.
Straight read there from Clears. The Falcons are going to be very aware of reading a couple of these fakes that are going to come in through from the Gentlemates. This is a team that works extensively well together in pairs, pushing forward. But Drawley has been solo playing everyone. But until you face Ness, it's another story.
Yeah, we've had plenty of swings in this game. Gentlemates LAN win earlier in the season came with plenty comebacks there. They know how to relax in these situations. Saw earlier on, after going down, they just keep their heads cool. They don't rush anything, get the equalizer. They need another one here though, as we get towards final minute of gameplay.
Falcons are still holding on to that 1-goal lead. The last times they had it, they were able to keep it all the way to the end. Outside those overtimes, to be fair. Pass over to Drawley's gonna play it up the sidewall. Absolutely just taken away. Mates probably very
अंदर से लग रहा है Falcons निकालने की, पर एमिट जीतना
चाहिए.
They're just going for route one here, just trying to catch Falcons too far forward.
अबे फाल्कन तो लीड पे चल रही है.
Falcons
कुछ हो सकता है. ये गेम में कुछ हो सकता है भाई. लास्ट के 2 सेकंड में भी गोल पड़ सकता है. लास्ट के 0 सेकंड में भी गोल पड़ सकता है अगर बॉल हवा में रही तो.
in this high pressure scenario, trying to skip straight into the playoffs here. Just one game away for both. Clears, rotating back, gets the pass to Drally, but he's giving it away to Oski, who's got space to work with. Another flick for him.
Goal!
To Archie.
The mates all up out of their seats.
Oski scored with the first flick. He assists with the
का
second
गोल
one.
मारा भाई कॉर्नर में.
Archie put it on a postage stamp, sent it straight to the top corner.
Off the kickoff, Ruas is going to take this one out into the corner. You can see Drawley was already up waiting for the read, but Oski laid it, flipped forward, trying to do a whole work, a solo play, just not enough boost to keep up with what he wanted.
What a series we have been blessed with. We're already thinking it before we got started now. In game 5, all tied. Just 35 seconds away from another
अगर जीतेगी.
Both
फाल्कन
teams
से इतना हेट क्यों भाई, क्या होगा?
really put a ton of pressure on each other here.
वैसे एमेट देखा तो अच्छी टीम है.
Forced. Can anybody clutch it up here? Clears shuts down that Gentlemate's dribble.
18 seconds left on the clock. Clears trying to break past one. Ruas almost got past two.
Oh
It's
my
Drawley on the
God.
third and it's a fourth attempt from the Falcons.
वाह,
8
गोल नहीं हो
seconds on the
पाया
clock.
Falcons
There's gonna be a
का.
quick cut. Enough boost to try and take it all.
No way.
Ruas is up. The ball is almost down. The Falcons have one more attempt to try and take it all.
नहीं करने दिया भाई. ओटी
Gentlemates have kept it up. Can they do something with
ओटी
it here on the
और पहला गेम ही इतना ट्राई कर दिया. आप बोलते रहो.
Thought for a second their mates had out Falcons, but into overtime we
आप
go.
बोलते रहो. आप बोलते हो तो गोल ही आ जाता. वाह.
To give you qualification into the next day of EWC could be.
One goal. Oh my God.
Surely. Where's the follow-up?
गोल.
There it is.
जीत गए फाल्कन्स.
Ruas.
जीत गए फाल्कन्स.
A new story has been written.
ऑस्की को घसीट के लेके गया भाई वो. और ना से अभी डिबेट होगा भाई.
Revenge on the mates.
I think Drally might have clipped the goalie there. He might have just done
फाल्कन्स
enough
जीत गई भाई.
to give
प्लेऑफ
the
सेंटर कर
last
गई.
win on that race. And we've been talking about Falcons' new aversion
भाई
to
गोटे टीम को हराया लोगों ने.
getting everybody
गोटे
forward.
टीम को हराया
They
गाइस.
had to
जस्ट
be
से गोटे
confident
टीम को
there.
हराया.
You've got to go for it
Just
when the
say.
ball's bouncing around the box. Ruas does.
एमेट को हराया भाई लोगों ने. बट एमेट के पास चांस है. एमेट अभी लोअर ब्रैकेट खेलेगी इसके बाद.
Team he's been on.
कल खेलने वाले लोअर
This time when he
ब्रैकेट.
goes, best as ever.
Such a solid performance. This team knew exactly when to slow it down, to show a new
क्रेजी खेल गए भाई. क्रेजी खेल गए भाई.
against
पहला गेम जो
the
ट्राई हार्ड
mates.
हुआ है भाई. मजा आ देखिए.
And there's one man we want to speak to right now, and that is Ruas.
The Falcons fans are going absolutely crazy here at the SCC Arena. What a series to kick things off. I'm here with Rawaz. Man, I've also got Fancy, our translator here. Rawaz, you started the series so strong, but Gentlemates mounted such an incredible comeback. How did you maintain composure?
रेलारिस तू जो टीम को सपोर्ट करेगा वो टीम हारेगी. देख ले.
بعد كل اللي صار في المباراة
तो
خصوصا
देख ले
إنه
भाई.
في البداية كان الجيم ابدا مو من صالحكم.
طبيعي الجيم بيكون صعب. جنتلميتس فريق كبير والحمد لله قدرنا نتدارك الوضع على خير. الحمد لله قدرنا نجيب الفوز وهذا المهم.
So yes, Gentlemates is a really big team and we respect that they're one of the hardest teams to beat, but thankfully we were able to maintain our composure and we were able to win.
I could barely hear you, Fancy. It's so loud in here. Boston Major, these guys knocked you out in the semi-finals. This must feel like sweet revenge here in Paris.
في بوسطن ميجر قدرتوا انكم تواجهون جنتلميتس في السيمي فاينلز، فازوا عليكم في الجيم السابع. اكيد الشعور الان انك انت قدرت تاخذ الانتقام منهم.
ايه الحمد لله قدرنا ناخذ الانتقام. شكرا على الدعم من جمهورنا.
عربيك सुनने में क्या मजा आता है भाई.
هذا اقل شيء نقدر نقدمه لهم والله.
ये क्या बोल रहे हैं फाका वाले.
Yes, definitely feels like a sweet revenge.
इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट करा सुनना.
We wouldn't have been able to do it without the fans supporting us, so thanks to them.
Yeah, just two last questions from me, because the Gentlemates fans were so loud. How much of an impact does it make on you as a player when you hear that kind of support?
الفانز حقين جنتلميتس كانوا جدا يصرخون طول الجيم قاعدين يشجعون ضدكم. فكيف الشيء هذا ممكن يأثر عليك داخل المباراة؟
الصراحة ما يهمني. عندك الجمهور زي ما تسمع. الواحد عن 1000 رجال ما تفرق.
I don't really care. I have my fans cheering for me, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay, finally, yesterday after the Twisted Minds result, TRK, your former teammate, said that he's better than Falcons as part of this Twisted Minds team.
अरे बाप रे अगला गेम केसी एसएसजी का है गाइस केसी जीत रही है भाई क्लीन विनर
هو ولكن نشوف مين راح يقدم البطولة أحسن إن شاء الله.
केसी जीतेगी भाई वन साइड जीतेगी केसी
We'll see how it's gonna end up.
TSM वाइटलिटी का मैच देखने लायक रहेगा ये भी ट्राई आउट होने वाला मैच
Thank you, Fancy. Thank you for us. And one more time, make some noise for Team Falcons, who are
Twisted Minds NIP का मैच है ठीक है ठीक है
Home support is going to be crazy next with KC.
A7 वाले भी लाउड थे भोपू बजा दी इस डे 1 पे A7 कौन है ये कौन सी टीम है ये लोग तो ढोल लेके आते हैं कल भी लेके आते ढोल वगैरह आज भी लेके आएंगे वो टीम के लिए कौन सी टीम के लिए थे सपोर्टर्स ढोल बजा रहे थे MIBR शायद से ढोल लेके आए थे लोग ढोल पे आते मतलब ढोल लेके आते भाई ये लोग बाकी टीम नहीं पता सर बस एमिट पता था 12 तो बहुत सारी टीम है नोन टीम्स है भाई NIP निंजास इन पजामास ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स बहुत पॉपुलर टीम्स है भाई फाल्कन्स कार्मिन कॉप KC मेरे को इसीलिए पता है क्योंकि ये सारी टीम्स वैलोरेंट में है अंडर क्या सही रॉकेट लीग के लिए इतना हाइप है जी ऑब्वियसली रॉकेट लीग के लिए इतना हाइप है रॉकेट लीग के फैंस है भाई
Ran into some KC fans, a part of the blue wall here, ahead of their match against SSG. I've got Batista with me. He is going to teach me
KC के fans आ रखे हैं भाई
because I want an audition into the blue wall. I want to try and get in and be a part of the squad for the match. What do you have for me?
So you can keep it simple, and we go sha la 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 la. Ale Kavin, sha la 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 la.
फैंस सेलेक्ट हाइप डबे वहीं आके आज
Sha la 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 la. Ale Kavin, sha la 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 la.
ये होती है भाई स्पोर्ट्समैनशिप भाई लोग सपोर्ट करते हैं
Ale Kavin.
कोई भी गेम हो भाई सपोर्ट करेंगे भाई हम
Let's go.
गॉड लाइक वाले ढोल लाए थे PMWC के डे 1 पे लॉल A7 ब्राजील बेस्ड टीम सर इन PUBG मोबाइल पॉपुलर टीम है अच्छा ब्राजील के टीम्स वाले ना मैंने देखा ब्राजील के ऑडियंस ना लेके आती है पता ढोल लेके आती है SSG म्हणजे सर्व संपूर्ण ज्ञान वाह वो है स्पेस स्टेशन गेमिंग
Well, here we are down in the crowd, and we've got some fans here to go through our pick'ems for the next couple of matches. First up, we have KC taking on SSG. KC or SSG, who do we have?
I think KC will win.
KC, that's probably fair. KC, SSG, do you like SSG?
No, we don't like SSG. We are all KC fan. Of course, we're in French.
Okay, so KC win, KC win.
KC win, of course.
3-0?
Yeah, I mean, they can win one match, but no more.
Okay, maybe a 3-1, maybe SSG. You got KC or SSG?
KC for sure.
I mean, you've had Vitality though. You maybe want SSG to win?
Yeah, for sure, but I prefer Vitality.
Okay, KC, okay, I like it. Then we got obviously Vitality, TSM,
Yeah.
Vitality a sweep.
Yes, 3-0 Vitality.
Vitality,
क्या
3-0,
बच्चे दोगे तो
Vitality,
hype दबाओ
TSM, who do you like?
कान्या वेस्ट के लिए NIP is something else
is good, but
ठीक
not
है भाई
enough to face Vitality.
Vitality,
The card
you
is
think they'll beat
chicken.
TSM?
100 भाई ठीक है
Vitality, sure.
It's a lot of French
अब मैं
play
कुछ
over
check कर
here.
रहा
We're
था यार,
going
holy
crazy.
shit.
EWC in Paris, Vitality, KC.
BMW का क्या
Give me
चल रहा है guys
SSG and TSM. I'll go the other way. I'll go SSG and TSM. We'll
कौन
see you
करिए
next
लीड
time.
एक सेकंड में मैचेस ही नहीं है अच्छा फाइनल सिलेक्ट हो चुके क्या सर्वाइवर के ओ फोर्थ राइट्स ओला अरोरा वाइटलिटी फ्यूरिया गॉड लाइक होरा निगमा गैलेक्सी एनएस ओरांगुटान S2G टीम फ्लैश तियानबा ULF Esports ओके PUBG मोबाइल का तो भारी मैचेस हो रहे हैं भाई ये वीक पता है, अभी पता है कौन से टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है, तुम लोग को बताता हूं.
But my adrenaline just dumped after that last match. It's time to bring the energy back up, and no one better to do it than Carmine Corps in front of their French fans. We'll see if this tournament's #1 team can take down one of the NA squads in Space Station. Now, Space Station, I heard,
ये वीक चल रहा है तुम्हारा Counter Strike, PUBG Mobile, Rainbow Six Siege, 6 और Rocket League चल रहा है.
This year, you gotta make the family proud. If you get an upset today, you can get that job done.
I knew
5 गेम चल रहे हैं भाई.
and the shuttle down, you were liking that story, and I can see why.
अच्छा आज PUBG Mobile में आज गैप है.
Talking points from last
PUBG Mobile का फाइनल्स कल से चालू होगा.
You casted it, which I didn't realize.
Very fun.
आज से 4 ही गेम चल रहा है. CS चल रहा है तुम्हारा, chess चल रहा है, R6 और Rocket League चालू.
I think it was like 5-0 basically going on. SSG thought we're better than this, and they just stopped playing.
पॉइंट टेबल देखना पड़ेगा, देख लिया मैंने.
They just didn't care.
ये सर ब्राजील से है ना सर, उन्होंने एयर हॉर्न लगाया था, गोल्ड लाइक वालों के कान में बजा रहे थे. Counter Strike देखो, Counter Strike अभी नहीं देखो. Counter Strike के सीधा प्लेऑफ से मैचेस देखने वाला नेक्स्ट वीक.
I think they lost some fans, or some people like turned off them a little bit. I was annoyed at them. People tweeted things, whatever else.
बता रहा है सर इंडियन टीम सोडिंग इंटरनेशनल.
Different squad. They're now here to play.
ज़्यादा हाइप मत करो.
So do you think
Hope for the best.
Diaz is going to rub off on the two?
अच्छे पॉइंट्स ग्रैब करे भाई बिफोर स्मैश रूल, बिकॉज़ एक बार स्मैश रूल आ गया तो खत्म है भाई.
You need to have an incredible mentality in Rocket League to play 1v1s, and he's one of the best in North America at the moment. So I think, Cole, that would be a very big part of what he brings to Space Station Gaming, as well as his mechanics.
Hopefully ये ट्राई करना कि फर्स्ट और सेकंड डे में ओरांगुटान और गॉड लाइक अच्छा स्कोर ग्रैब करे.
It was one oopsie whoopsie.
It was the end of your tournament, the reason everyone remembers how you performed.
तो जितना मुझे सुनने में आ रहा है टीम वाइटलिटी PUBG Mobile में तगड़ा खेल रही है.
You got to perform though in this matchup, and they did against MIBR, but that match was much more close than people expected.
Oh yeah, it was so close. Made in Brazil, they were 2 games down. It seemed that everything was going Space Station Gaming's way.
ये गेम मेरे को लग रहा है केसी जीतेगी. केसी के लिए बहुत इजी बना, क्योंकि जिस हिसाब से कल मैंने केसी का गेम देखा भाई, वो लोग कुछ अलग लेवल का खेलते हैं भाई रॉकेट लीग.
It was all he could do to get that save. So an incredible block in the end from Zach, and then Reveal gets the final goal. And there was great sportsmanship between the two teams after as well. Of course, Diaz coming from Brazil knows those opponents well. But after that, there were the handshakes that we want to see.
Space Station moves over, made in Brazil. Now they play against Carmine Corps, and we caught up with one of their players before the match.
Here we are in the KC booth. I'm with Vatira ahead of your upcoming match. We've got a couple of trophies behind us. EWC last year, a couple of majors as well. They look pretty nice back there.
Yeah, I mean, those trophies are insane. Obviously, we want to back-to-back EWC.
ये वाइटलिटी का ही डर है प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट्स से ज़्यादा तो उनके एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स थे. वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
And here in Paris, first time for the
कुछ क्लिप्स देखा मैंने लोग के जो इंसेन तरीके से मारे ना लोगों ने उसके बंदे.
Yeah, I mean, obviously playing in
एक तो लोगों ने भी मारा, एक तो हो रहा Esports से ही मारा है.
Every fans are here. Mate, Vitality, KC. There is a lot of
noise. Oh भाई कंट्रोल पे क्या स्किन है?
So yeah, it's pretty fun.
And everywhere I go, I seem to see your face on the buildings around the city. It must be pretty cool to see yourself up there when you walk around.
Yeah, I mean, every time I see myself, I'm like, I never expected myself to be in the building of Paris, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then in terms of the matchup today, you play SSG. They nearly lost yesterday, nearly got reverse swept, but what are your thoughts on those guys?
चलेगा BTR और 40 अगड़ी तो पक्का टूर्नामेंट जीत सकते हैं.
The match they played yesterday is gonna obviously give them a lot of confidence because it was.
देखो इतना PUBG वाले की टीम के बारे में नहीं पता, but
and yeah, for us, we had a good matchup against World
Cup, so
there
are better teams in international lobbies.
Play well against them.
Amazing, and I know you'll have a lot of KC fans here live. Anything you want to say to the KC fans to get them hyped up for the match? You can speak in French. Go for it.
Soyez prêts les gars contre le match contre SSG. On va tout donner, on va faire de notre mieux et on espère gagner et ramener le trophée à la maison.
Best of luck, mate. Cheers.
Thank you.
Having your face posted alongside Ronaldo's all over Paris is quite the honor.
इनकी टीम में जूसी खेलता है भाई, किसी की टीम में बहुत गंदा खेलता है भाई जूसी.
From this cast because she was wearing his jersey. We can't have a biased caster coming into this one. But can you tell me a little bit about Vatira and the rest of this KC squad? Why are they
जूसी भी अच्छा खेलता है, अटाओ भी अच्छा खेलता है.
The main thing is in Rocket League.
कल मार रहा था भाई अटाओ.
You might have just heard that
France
is the best.
और Esports D1 मस्त खेले पर लास्ट 5 मैचेस में हक तक आए वो.
But France have just recently also won FIFA E.
They're the best country in the world. They had Zen on the team, essentially, playing alongside Vatira. And with Carmine Corp, there's such a passionate fan base, Cole, across every esport that they go into, and they bring the blue wall with them.
Yeah, Juicy playing for them as well at Thievery as well. So 2 of their World Championship heroes. And they just seem to get they are the French culture, but they seem to understand the fans so well. Carmine Corp, whenever they come out, they have their fans cheering. They're always joining in, always leading them. And it's just a great relationship between the two. And then you get their gameplay.
And of course, we have the Carmine Corp co-stream going on. Make sure to check that out if you want to hear from the Frenchies as we get into the predictions here, guys. 92% of the fans are going with Carmine. This is the second most lopsided prediction we've had all tournament. Does SSG really have just 8% chance?
No, it's a much higher chance. I think Carmine Corp do win. Put me down for KC. It shouldn't be 92-8, though. That's favoritism, France.
Cole, you got 5 seconds. Where are we going?
70-30 KC.
70-30 KC. I think KC...
Go on.
Is sitting 50-50. North America has learned. We have grown. Our father's about to be proud on stage.
इंडिया टीम वाइटलिटी 40 बाकी सारी टीम है. रिसेंटली ग्लोबल ओपन हुआ था तो उनके विनर्स के सेम प्ले स्टाइल है सर, लाइक वाइटलिटी. ठीक है.
Wow. Gentlemates are into the loser bracket after losing to Falcons. That wasn't really expected. What a day for France, les gars. Gentlemates en loser bracket, ça fait mal au cœur. Trop relou.
You guys are so cold. They love it. All right, listen, I can't wait to hear you guys erupt when your team comes out.
We'll be back.
But we've had an incredible start to day 2 here at Rocket League at the Esports World Cup. You couldn't have asked for a better series. To kick things off, Lou, Team Falcons and Gentlemates going right down to the wire with Falcons locking in that first quarterfinal spot.
Oh yes, and we're gonna have some more crowds favorite as we get into the day. Of course, the Blue Wall, the Golden Hornets that are here and that I see them in the crowd. On le sait, il va y avoir d'autres bangers aujourd'hui, d'autres très bons matchs avec des supporters français dont on est évidemment très fiers.
It's always a pleasure to welcome a team onto the stage when the crowd goes crazy for them. And it's time to do it again, Lou.
Mesdames et messieurs, la grande, la prestigieuse Carmine Corp! Here comes the standard setters. Le Blue Wall, la passion de l'e-sport à la française. Et vous le savez, dans ce roster francophone, peut-être la meilleure équipe du monde. Aujourd'hui, ils viennent
पहला कौन जीता EWC 100 Thieves.
un autre trophée. They've had 5
Asuna,
league
baby.
with SSG so far,
100
and it
Thieves.
has been 5 wins, Ian.
Let's welcome their
वैले में वो लोग
opponents, shall
जीते,
we?
पबजी में वो लोग जीते थे, पबजी पीसी में. कौन सी टीम थी वो? बहुत मार रहे थे भाई वो लोग.
Young legs, no fear, and
इनका नाम भूल गया यार, बहुत अच्छा खेले थे
absolutely
लोग.
zero interest in waiting their turn. Space Station survived the chaos yesterday because they kept attacking when the series got tight. Now comes a piece of history they have never
को बात है
managed
पबजी
to
में कौन सा टीम
change.
जीता मैं नाम भूल गया.
SSG have never beaten KC. Could this be their opportunity?
It is France versus the United States.
Versus
and
Pro,
it's
Versus Pro
time
जीत गए.
to pick
VP,
your
VP.
champion.
पीपी जीत गई.
It is a beautiful day here in Paris, France, and that's why we're inside playing some Rocket League. You know, no interest in the crowd for Space Station, 100%, but something tells me that has to do with the location. The blue wall on the
भाई
other
केसी आ
side
गया
of
guys
the
ये.
Chiefs, the saves
मैं
are
अच्छी बता
setting
रहा
up
trust me.
nice for us. These two organizations against each other
केसी बहुत easily जीतने वाले
in
मैच.
Rocket League tournament. Space Station has never beat Carmine Corp.
Yeah, it's not been pretty.
इसका schedule क्या चल रहा है भाई?
Space Station, and even you wonder what's going to happen this time around. There's a lot of firepower over on that KC have. I know I gave Space Station their fair share of grief yesterday on the intro, and good on them for winning, but it only gets tougher. Your reward for
आज का भी 10-15 मिनट लेट ही चल
just
रहा है.
escaping is Carmine Corp. And then if you lose, you're looking at a team like Gentlemates. I mean, it's a long road.
They're the only North American team to win a series yesterday.
Yeah.
All of their regional compatriots are in the lower bracket right now. And yeah, your reward for winning is getting to play the current EWC champion.
They're pretty good.
Good luck with that. Now, to be fair, the last time Karmine Corp and Space Station played each other was the whole way back in the group stage of the Boston Major. It was a 5-game series that K-Corp won in 5. That was before Zach came back to this team.
Right.
And so you got Reveal, Diaz, Zach. This is the first iteration of this squad that is playing against this K-Corp squad.
I wonder what Zach is going to be able to do against KC. Obviously, we know Vatira is going to... I mean, Vatira just the whole last season has just been immaculate. I mean,
guys, like no baraka, like karo फटाफट से. Make sure to like this stream and subscribe to the channel if you're new.
I mean,
it's my season.
I remember it was...
लाइक करना मैंडेटरी है भाई चैनल.
4 years ago.
जैसे आपको PUBG मोबाइल का नहीं पता वैसे मुझे भी नहीं पता RL वैलो का PUBG का. ठीक है भाई.
But surely he's been building the resume.
ठीक है भाई.
To be in that conversation, definitely.
लेकिन हमने थोड़ा बहुत तो आइडिया रखा है PUBG मोबाइल में चल क्या रहा है.
He's absolutely been earning that every day. And I mean, KC, we're still talking about them being a favorite, if not the favorite, of this tournament. But his teammates, obviously, no slouches either. Atto and Juicy, both excellent in their own right on this KC squad. So Space Station absolutely have their work cut out for them, but I think a little bit more than 9%.
Yeah, a little more than 9%. I'm not sure how much more. I think I might.
I think I'm giving him more of a chance than you are.
I'll give him 25.
Go give him 30. Chat, put us in chat the percentage that you think Space Station have here in this best of 5 as we get underway between KC and SSG. Our first look at KC today, and Atto immediately getting some possession, and we're just going laterally here.
I think that really
मेरे सैलेज के सर सब बाउंसर्स आते हैं बराबर.
Space Station, just KC looking at what are they going to jump at? What are they paying attention to? Juicy very patient on the challenge. Tira trying to force Diaz to make a bad approach on a 50. And Karmine Corp early just kind of pressing the let's see what they have button, and currently a lot of physicality in favor of KC early on.
Reveal and Zach ran into each other, leaving this one open. Reveal had no boost. They could never
लो जी भाई KC का पहला गोल शुरू हो गया.
Tira scores first.
Great win from Juicy. You can see Reveal just running back. He knew he had no time to pick up boost. He would have loved any 12 pad. That might have helped a little bit, but either way, shot just strong enough. Great start for KC. I mean, they pretty much took possession off the kickoff and never let go.
Juicy gets it. Another good kickoff for K-Corp to start. It's something they were one of the teams kind of leading the charge on, evolving the kickoff game in Rocket League. Not the team, but definitely one of those teams where you see them constantly mixing it up. It's becoming more and more valuable. Grab possession off that kickoff, finding ways to switch those angles up. Here's a hit from Vatira off the backboard. Diaz letting that rebound come down. Space Station are just letting KC play with the ball. They can't even get a consistent touch. Diaz expending the tank. Reveal chasing the play, but I mean, nowhere near Juicy here, and just constant defense for Space Station.
It was a good job from Diaz to keep that one out of trouble. It was not the strongest clear, but a couple of missed touches, and now KC's just sending the house, seeing if they can maybe find a bump. Juicy actually gives one up in the midfield, and look at Tao just immediately rotating back, finding the bump, keeping possession. KC not willing to give him anything. Zach, great stall on the back wall to make a save.
Yeah, good reaction. Even earlier when Atto went for the aerial fake, you saw Space Station, they were ready for it. They had one covering Atto, the other covering just in case he was going to fake. Space Station clearly ready for that. And that's great if you're ready on defense. Can you actually get control of this ball as the bounce even gets away from you here? No chance for possession for Space Station. Here they go again. Diaz taking it from Reveal. It was really just throwing up the decoy. But still, even there, you get killed in the corner, and K-Corp actually not able to get back to this ball. Reveal off the ceiling, has the reset as well. Reveal could not quite get by Tao.
Nice couple of boost steals here for Space Station. They will get a chance to fight for possession at the very least. Good opportunity to maybe find an equalizer. Vatira puts a lid on that 50. Keep the ball jammed into his corner and try and make Reveal's life difficult. Tao's got to do it himself. Actually, Juicy did recover off the bump coming his way. Space Station doing a great job to earn some approaches on net. Little fake, left side's good.
2 fakes for Reveal on these last 2 possessions, and they were both to give Diaz a chance at the ball. Pumps it up high, K-Corp Vizier was not in a position to just go challenge that ball. He was still in the middle of recovering, which opens up an opportunity for a fake. Great job by Reveal there, calling that out and giving Diaz a shot.
Excellent job from Space Station. You really were beginning to wonder, you know, the first couple of minutes of this game, if KC were just going to walk all over him. It's nice to see him get a good bit of offense going and earn a quality-looking opportunity and convert it. Vatira this time will ensure his corner boost, and he's not in the mood to let Space Station build that type of lead again.
I really think that's what Space Station
SSG भी वैसा बुरा नहीं खेल रही है भाई किसी के अगेंस्ट एक गोल मार भी दिया.
That's a good 50 as well. Juicy under some pressure. Shot's good enough for Reveal.
So close, you thought maybe the guy on the line for KC was going to get there. Diaz, that's a huge challenge up above the box. Juicy, nice job trying to take it away from Zach. Look how close he was from getting all the way back to it, but not in time. Space Station Gaming, powerful 50 right in front of the box, sets up a second one.
Bot kickoff for Carmine Corp this time. Atto fished this ball back to his own corner. Diaz there to meet him. Does not win that second 50. Zach gets a free ball. Couldn't handle it off the ceiling. Reveal there to support. Diaz is sitting close third man. He didn't have a lot of boost. Does pick up the midfield and gets the ball as well. Dangerous is Vatira. He'll happily let that go. Juicy in the area, but he was also low in boost. Look at KC's boost totals. Well, Juicy just got a canister. This should be okay for now. KC definitely the ones facing more pressure in game one. Great pass here. Reveal shot immediately denied.
You gotta love Space Station's approach. They really are just taking away that corner boost as often as they can. They don't want to let KC have these long clears like this to kind of reset possession. It's how squeezing with zero. He's got to dish this one out to Vatira. Doesn't get the power on it. This is going to be a tough challenge. He doesn't know Reveal has zero. Vatira ends up giving ground, and that's a great job from Reveal. If you can't do anything with it, don't force it. By the time, it's just as good.
Oh, Zach, that was so good. You saw Vatira pull off the challenge last second to try to force a bad touch. Now he's downfield. Zach prevented what would have been a long defensive stay there. Downfield, Vatira sitting and just has to be a threat. And a threat is enough to tie the game.
Is worth noting that defender does have to respect the potential redirect. That ball's going pretty far across net. Diaz does have to dive. Vatira, or maybe a call-off, says, nah, I've got him beat. Vatira lets it go. Either way, KC find the equalizer late. That's a tough pill to swallow if you're Space Station. You thought maybe you were going to walk away with a game one win. Now you got to earn it all over again.
Especially after the amount of pressure that you've had. Outside of the first minute, you kind of owned possession. Zach up high, tries to force it, double commit. Diaz getting chippy with Vatira. He'll steal the boost, and he's still got control off the ceiling. Atto there to wait. Diaz drops it the whole way. Juicy's awkward. Space Station with 11 seconds have a lead.
Discipline here from Diaz off the ceiling. Holds the flip for so long, and Juicy actually maybe a little bit of a mix-up there on who was actually going to jump at it. You can only hold your composure for so long on the back wall like that. They both end up going time to throw a fake kickoff and say, Juicy, ball's in your court. You got 100 boost. What can you do with it?
You saw Atto try to be the winger downfield for Juicy. Does keep possession. Vatira's with no boost. He runs into Juicy, and there's no play anyway. Space Station will take game one here against the blue wall.
Great try from KC at 0, but I do believe there was a demo on the pickup player for Carmine Corp. Space Station do indeed walk away with game one. Excellent. I'm not certain that it was going to be as easy as they made it look there. Great job. A little bumped around physically early on. They really didn't get hit too much, and they ended up just taking the best 50 they could, rotating out early, not trying to force the attack. KC didn't really guard their own corner boost all that much. That let them earn a couple of extra opportunities. Space Station Gaming earn a game one win.
I thought there were some good mix-ups from Space Station too. They really kept KC guessing when they were on defense. Reveal with one that's not going to be on the highlight reel. We had an aerial fake to give Diaz an extended possession on offense that eventually led to a Diaz goal. KC responded kind there near the end, and then of course this from Diaz, holding that flip for as long as possible, forcing Juicy to commit to the play, leaving an opening. And what do you think? Achieves better than 25% chance?
It looks a lot better than 25 after you win the first one, that's for sure. 14 demos overall, 7 and 7 each, it turns out.
Sounds about right. Both of these teams utilize physical play a lot. You see KC, I mean, they're picking up demos all the time. as well as Space Station, are usually inching near the top, at least regionally, when it comes to demos per game. 3 to 4 demos a game if they're feisty enough. Let's see what they can do on Forbidden Temple, though. It's cute to beat, you know, KC once. Mike Boy's done it plenty of times. Can you win the series?
Ooh, Diaz. Oh, nice job, Juicy. I actually love breaking that up for your teammate. He's been doing a great job. Just going through, breaking things up as much as possible. You don't want to have that backline challenging if it doesn't have to. Makes it a little bit easier to keep things level. Diaz towards an open net. Tao just in time across the box.
You know, I think there was a time on Space Station where Diaz was the biggest question mark on this team. Oh, hang on a second. Casey, no! Atto! Oh, that was beautifully drawn up from Vatira. All Atto had to do was drive the ball in, and it didn't go anywhere. Juicy trying to make up for it here. The Space Station are set again. This one off the bar and saved away from the KC rotation, and they get a clear.
Free ball, though, for Juicy out of the midfield. Where does he go with it? That's a nice bump in the corner and a great 50 as well. Can you win the race? Vatira gets it off the backboard. Where's the third man? He's getting bumped, and Reveal will bail him out. Now KC's guys in a great chop.
ये बढ़िया है गुरु अब क्या हो गया
Possession, it would seem.
Zach couldn't quite hang on to the ball there. Third man, Reveal. Zach actually just turns around on this with the 50 and the shot. Zach! Full faith Reveal is going to finish the ball here, and he got a big catch.
Great job from Reveal. I mean, everyone at KC got to be thinking that this is going to be some type of challenge in front of the box. He just rolls off it, and the clear goes straight to Space Station, and KC just cannot react in time. Vatira is sitting there on the goal line, definitely lost track of where he was in the box. Did not react to the shot to the back post.
Certainly not what most people predicting this match were expecting. Almost 2 minutes into game number 2. And KC had a huge scoring opportunity earlier with Vatira getting a bump on the goal line. Atto's nose behind the ball. Now Diaz swings this underneath. Kind of point at every Space Station player right now, and some positive effect that they've had on offense to help get them through. Even here, Vatira facing pressure. Had to avoid that bump.
Great save from Tao. That was a tough one going across net with 0, but now they earn a little bit of room. Reveal's the only one up. Double flip reset from Tao, at least keeps it in neutral territory. Diaz will break it up, a Tao across the box, and Reveal gets a hand on it. Juicy has to leave, he doesn't have the boost. And Space Station will work themselves, not out of a jam, but out of a sticky one.
Oh, good catch from Reveal. He's coming hard to the back wall. That kicks out straight to Atto, and it was a heavy touch. Still enough to get the 50. They got the corner boost as well. But Vatira gets beat by Reveal on the play. Thought he'd get a free touch to Juicy. Look how much Juicy had to struggle just to get that 50. Now it's back to Atto. But again, heavy touch. He's forced to chase his own 50.
Yeah, he caught that one pretty hard off the nose. It definitely got away from him more than he would have liked. KC still in plenty of time, obviously. 2 minutes, only down 1. But the longer this goes on, does feel like Space Station definitely in the driver's seat. KC definitely feeling like they have to scramble a little bit. That's a nice bump to earn them some room, but nice cut. Not the best challenge from Space Station. He's through 2, but he did get popped off, and that means Vatira gets to come in from third man. What can he make happen? Doesn't even get a piece.
Space Station are ripping this ball away several different ways. It ain't just get your fifth, get your nose behind the ball. It's blindside challenges. It's bumping you off the play. But this is a good progression. Vatira didn't really have a play on the ball there. It was kind of awkwardly behind him. And a good push from KC gets thwarted immediately back to the blue half.
It's always been a Tao picking the ball up on his own half, it feels like.
He's third man a lot in this game.
Yeah.
Goal.
Not necessarily.
I
wonder if maybe you want someone else to give it a go just to see if you can make something else happen. It will be Vatira this time with a nice high pop, no bump, and Diaz will break it up fairly easily.
His boy Vatira keeps turning downfield pretty early. He's been point man.
Welcome to the stream.
Worked out. Here's a good opportunity. Shot was decent, but Diaz.
प्यारे बिट्टू कैसा का है जीवन झाला करे बाबा सब बढ़िया सब खा के आ रहे हैं भाई खाना पीना करके आ रहे हैं आप बताओ how you doing brother?
Did not care that Atao tried to take some extra time there and see if he could throw off how he was going to hit that one, but now he picks up a nice clean ball out of the corner. Juicy lets it bounce and oh so close.
भाई ऐसी गोल नहीं करने दे रही है.
See, again getting bumped. Space Station making this
और ये हो
difficult,
गया,
and Vatira
बोलते पड़ गया,
finally finds the seam. KC tied it
बोलते
up.
ही गोल पड़ा गाइस.
almost makes you
तो गंदा इंसान यार.
this is the one that finds its way into the back of the net. They can see Vatira coming from a while away, but Zach with 0 boost actually can't get all the way across, and the guy going on the goal line also has 0. Vatira, great placement in the net. 1-1. KC not done just yet.
Space Station get the better of the kickoff. Don't do much with it though. Diaz did have some pressure right on top of him, so he was forced to kick the ball away. Everyone slowing down. Diaz, a little hitch on the corner wall. Atto finding his way back to Vatira. It's not awkward enough though for Space Station as Diaz downfield to reveal. It's a tough redirect to hit. Juicy's just been getting picked on. They haven't even been challenging Juicy. They've just been deleting him every time.
Not a bad strat. Free bump is a free bump, and Juicy tries to return the favor. Diaz just dodges him, hits the flip. Vatira, great challenge out of his box.
Whoa.
It's out, taking it cleanly across net. Reveal will get a piece of it, but OT it is.
The Space Station again. I feel like they've had the better of KC in most of this.
खलास रे बाबा तू भेल टाइप बनाया था मैंने कुछ मिक्स टाइप वो बना के खा गया खा के स्ट्रीम करने बैठा मैं
Everybody though was retreating.
वो भी एक्स्ट्रा आ गया था बोल के मैंने रख दिया थोड़ा सा मैं लाइट ही खाता हूँ नींद से उठने के बाद
Diaz opting to play the ball there instead
अभी रात में खाता हूँ
of corner boost. Atto has a full tank now to support Vatira. And he does get to it, but loses the 50 to Zach. Juicy trying to read Zach on the play. Zach is just dicing him up. Absolutely.
ओटी में एसएसजी भाई एसएसजी क्या खेल रही है केसी हेलो भाई 2-1 लीड कर गई है भाई यहाँ पे
Get through 1, get through 2, and now it comes down to can a Tau catch reveal on the race back? The answer is no. What a job just working your way through the corner the best way you can know how. And Space Station up 2-0 in this series.
2-1 भी नहीं sorry my bad 2-0.
Take a time out here. Definitely a head scratcher. They're like, how on earth are we
SSG हरा रहे भाई.
over these guys?
I mean, think about Space Station yesterday.
Youngsters हरा रहे भाई केसी को.
MIBR and barely got out of that game. Even though it looked like they dominated most of that game, it looked like they were going to lose some of those, and it almost came down to almost all of the NA teams here were sent to the lower bracket yesterday. We keep saying it. KC, the defending EWC champs, one of the best teams here, and now Space Station, they are dominating the field right now. No, I mean, they like, possession has been dominated by Space Station here, and you want to say it, like, they might be NA's last hope with the way every other NA team looks here this weekend so far. But man, Reveal getting top honors, MVP, Zach getting the ridiculous 50s there at the end, and poise from Diaz as well. Excellent stuff from Space Station, bringing it to one of the best teams here in Rocket League.
Even Diaz there at the end of that one, I mean, he's got 280 on the scoreboard, but it felt like every time he took his chance on the ball, even if it doesn't turn into, you know, a shot or an assist or something like that, he's finding the bump and a decent challenge to let the next guy play for free. I mean, that on its own is massive.
And you know, Diaz has gotten a lot of criticism on this team. His play has not been consistent over the course of his tenure here on Space Station. But over time, has really settled in, and it feels like ever since Zach rejoined the roster, Diaz has gotten better, has felt more comfortable. You don't see the missed touches. He's not missing opportunities, not forcing the ball as much either. He's much more poised, and it's really elevating Space Station's play.
Well, Carmine Corps, after their timeout, we'll see what they have here in Game 3, and honestly, it just feels like a difference maker.
SSG का momentum बन गया भाई. One more game guys SSG.
I mean, the challenge
SSG जीत जाएगी. Momentum बना दिया लोगों ने crazy.
It doesn't feel like
crazy momentum बना दिया भाई.
Anyone's got any significant possession. It's more just the quality that comes out of it has definitely been Space Station's, you know, winning edge at the moment. And you feel like if you're Carmine Corps, like, look, if we just take a little bit of what Diaz is doing, we don't have to get the world's best 50, but we do got to hit them because they're hitting us. We're not hitting them.
And it almost feels like you don't know which way Space Station are going to go either, because they aren't going for that bump every time either. Sometimes they just drill the 50, and here they get one off the kickoff, but they're coming. Heat-seeking missiles here on the orange half. Looking KC do? I certainly, even though I might have given Space Station a 45% chance. Oh, nice little wave dash, little kick pop.
Oh, he can't get it though.
That was tough. He had to get to the opposite side of the ball.
And Juicy was coming hot too.
Yeah.
Real hard to make the adjustment at that speed as Diaz, nice timing around the backboard, will make an easy save. And how about an extra little pop over? Here with a little bit in the tank. What do you got? Straight in reveal, no good.
Reveal's defense also excellent. How many times has he gotten a perfect catch and weak shot? Probably could have got something a little better there from Zach. He does get the bump band, the 50 from Diaz. Ends up over towards Juicy, who's just racing, hoping he can get that corner boost.
He did not want to get caught from behind. He's like, I'm going to
feel him. He's wiggling that car, trying to avoid the getting demo. That's just in the net, dude. Diaz gets the goal. We're a minute in.
इसने फिर गोल मार दिया.
Rolling Boulder over KC.
Oh, and there's a towel. That's actually a great 50 on the first guy. Problem is there's two of them, and Diaz has enough time to just slide in there right after a quality 50 to just take the ball from him. And Carmine Corps left again, scratching their heads. I mean, they sent kind of the house there with the second man. They left the town on an island in the 2v1. He did a great job to break it up early, but unfortunately couldn't retain possession. In Space Station now, how do you even proceed? I imagine they'll want to keep the pressure on him. I think giving KC any time on the ball is the wrong play here. I feel like you just keep doing what you're doing and say, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you keep going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. See what Juicy can do. Gets a nice little bump on Diaz, but the coverage from Space Station has been so good. I've been playing a little tighter together, too. We talked about it in Game 1, where you saw them covering KC's multi-angle plays. And they've just been so good at covering. You can tell they did some prep for this match.
You see Reveal has picked up KC's corner boost, and look at him just pressure Vatira along the back wall. Prevents him from making a nice clean getaway. Needs a little help from Matau. Reset through one. Juicy, you need a touch here. That's a great block. Vatira's turn towards net. They miss the bump, and Diaz makes it an easy save.
And gets a clear downfield. Wait, Zach's just sitting there harassing Atto. Reveal stuffs one on the 50, but can't keep it. Diaz works out for Atto. This is the chance for KC. Juicy steals that corner boost, fakes the challenge there. Doesn't get the bump, though. They're missing every bump. You called it out earlier, and still, they didn't get Diaz earlier. They didn't get Reveal this time. And Space Station get out. That's a great catch from Diaz. Gets the 50 as well. Zach will be first to the punch. Gets the pass to Reveal. Denied, but Tira was ready.
And the real problem with missing the bump is it feels like the player that's on the ball for KC has already decided to go to where they assume the space will be if the bump connects. The timing is just outpacing it. They're not ready to adjust if the bump misses. So they're going straight into the teeth of Space Station. Pass across, Reveal elects, I don't have to shoot it. I'm actually up one. How about I just take the boost?
Very KC movement there.
Very KC movement. Don't got to shoot it. I'm already winning. Let's just play for advantage here, and Zach will make a nice, easy save on the counter.
क्या सीरीज जीतने वाली है गाइस क्योंकि केसी का तो गोल ही नहीं आ रहा है
2 minutes left and one team was dominating.
और आ गया बोलते ही
That's what I get for saying
Didn't see him.
Atto gets the goal.
साला मैं इधर बोलता गोल नहीं आ रहा उधर गोल पड़ जाता बताओ.
I think Reveal just not expecting that high ball. Maybe Diaz knew he was up there. He would have seen him take the 50 from the sidewall, but he was not going to get that high on the wall that quickly. He jumped out of net pretty fast and realized, I don't think I can get there. AC gets a freebie.
The Blue Wall fans finally popped their heads above the parapet. They've been quiet all series. They get a game-tying goal. They got a lot of work to do from here. Yeah, I mean, even with that tying goal, you certainly wouldn't have had me saying that Space Station would be the ones dominating with a 1-0 lead, controlling pace of play against one of the best French teams in the world. This Reveal. Gets that catch here. Zach tried for the 50. Juicy kicks it hard. Diaz is real awkward. Zach didn't have a ton of boost, but he sat right in the perfect spot to grab the 50, and they're still under some pressure here. Reveal pops it. Juicy's got no boost, and Juicy, excellent job fishing the ball back to Vatira, who gets the counter. Hard pop on the reset, but it's denied by Diaz.
Had the power. Good try, Vatira. But Diaz tracking well. It's been great communication from Space Station. I mean, Tao here, solid enough with reset. Tries to go bottom left corner. Juicy has to dodge a bump. Now he's got to play the net with zero.
Goal.
Diaz will cut him down.
ऐसे जीत रही है भाई.
Scared of maybe getting bumped there on the rotate back.
ऐसे जीत रही है
a
guys.
little room, and you think maybe I can save the net. Not if there's two of them. Diaz gets a lot to pick from.
Juicy's a rabbit in the foxhole. You can swing your
मैं
head.
भाई ये तो नासा का सूट पहन के आ गया.
It doesn't matter. Explosion.
ये 3-0 खत्म कर रहा है भाई सीरीज.
Space Station with 44 and change. Here we go. Can they hold the lead? A demo in the net. Reveal coming up the challenge. Ito tried to leave the ball. Juicy just gets back to it. Patira getting in the way. Everyone else from KC trying to get back. Diaz got the 50. Juicy sends it right back. KC have done enough to hold on to the midfield. Patira lets it for Atto. Denied immediately. Space Station not letting them have any fun.
Yeah, Reveal didn't even carry at 0. He's like, I'm first man up. I'll break it up. I know he's going to pop that high. He just went and smashed the ball. He knew his team would be in time, but Zero dodges a bump and makes a save. Last 10.
From the midfield, Space Station. Well, I thought NRG TSM was crazy, but I've got to be honest with you. I didn't have this one.
ऐसे जीत गए अवन का ले SSG ने 3-0 खत्म किया भाई डोमिनेटेड भाई यहाँ पे मैं बोल रहा था केसी जीतेगी बट ना I was wrong भाई
Holy moly.
Didn't even look close. I mean,
dominated him.
Casey didn't play bad. Space Station just said, yeah, but we're just better. We're just going to win. What a job.
There's some hope for North America after all.
You telling me I watch all that tape from the Paris Major and I'm like, nah, Space Station's got no chance in this group. How about they just go 2-0
we were
and
walking
win?
up here, you were supremely confident. I'm like, I think Space Station can make it close. You're like, there's not a chance.
Doomed.
Turns out.
Make me eat that one. Yeah, fair enough.
But hey, it tasted pretty good, didn't it? At least if you're a North American fan watching at home.
Wow, what a job from Space Station Gaming. I mean, just effortless. They knew everything. It felt like they were in Casey's head. They knew what they were going to do before they did it.
Excellent stuff. I'm excited to see what Space Station can do. I mean, this is different than what we've seen from Space Station before. They've evolved from just the fast, go for everything, super mechanical team to, I mean, whatever this measured approach was. I just want to hear from Space Station, so let's go down for the winner's interview.
It is not a good time to be a French org on this stage, and we can hear the Gentlemates fans happy with your win. Reveal, congratulations, of course. Yesterday, you guys showed an insane resilience. You managed to come back. Today's 3-0 against KC. Were you expecting it to be this easy? And it feels like you guys can beat anyone, basically.
It's not that easy, honestly. Everyone knows that, like, we're the best in NA, so it's just like a confidence thing. We just need to get more experience and stuff like that.
Getting there step by step, right?
Yep.
Literally. Donc, ouais, première question, est-ce que tu t'attendais à ce que ça soit aussi facile? 3-0 face à KC, personne s'y attendait vraiment. Hier, vous avez été aussi hyper résilient. Bah, en vrai de vrai, c'est pas facile. Je pense que tout le monde sait qu'on est la meilleure équipe en NA. Et forcément, ça se construit aussi step by step. And you guys are the youngest roster here in Paris. And many tend to say that in order to lift big trophies and, you know, you need to have experience. You need to handle your nerves. What do you think about that? Don't you think that use is like your strength, indeed?
I mean, I agree. That's why, like, EWC, like, here, we're just...
Tell me.
I don't even know. We're just getting experience and practicing on controlling our nerves and gaining confidence. That's it.
And step by step, you're getting more confident on this stage, of course. Donc, ouais, deuxième question, vous êtes très jeune, vous êtes le roster le plus jeune du tournoi. Est-ce que tu penses que c'est une force? Bah, franchement, chaque game, ça nous fait avoir un peu plus d'expérience. On essaie aussi de gérer un petit peu la pression et tout, donc je suis content. Last but not least, I want to talk opponents, because welcome to the quarterfinals, first of all. But who do you see in like the big top 4 of the tournament? Who are the biggest contestants here on this stage?
I think Carmine Corp, Falcons, and Gentlemates.
Okay, so are these the teams that you're going to have your eyes on?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, well, let's see first if they qualify as well to the playoffs. Thank you very much for joining me, Reveal GGs, once again. And we're moving on to our next series after a short break.
He's awkward. You beat.
I'm a boost.
One on. I first. All control. All control.
I'm dead.
I have 50. One there.
You.
I'll bump. Can't. He has. I am in. I'm waiting. You Diaz. Yeah. I'm waiting. Yeah. Just take time. Take time. I'm waiting. Stay. I'm waiting. Fake. Yeah. I'm waiting. With you.
Nice!
Come on!
Amazing. Good fucking job.
Hello everyone, I'm Nas, and this is Oski.
I'm Sphinx from TSM, Rocket League, and this is Kata.
We are LJ and First Clear on Shopify Rebellion, and we're playing Spaceship Federation.
Repeat, tumble.
Like a flip something, maybe?
Stacky tumble?
Yeah.
Reset, this is repeat.
Oh.
Tumble, flip, flip reset?
Flip reset.
Come.
Jesus, man.
It'll do.
Flip reset?
Actually?
Okay, okay. Not bad.
Quick U-turn.
Fast forward?
Fast forward.
So speed, half flip. All right. Wow. Fair enough. Okay.
Half flip. Speed flip.
A movie about a tornado. A movie, a film. A movie about tornado. Spinning.
Film about a hurricane.
Tornado spin.
Tornado spin.
Wait, the tornado spin.
Tornado spin.
Tornado spin.
Is it a go explosion maybe?
What?
A star maybe?
Tornado flick. Tornado flick.
Yeah.
Come on.
Surge wave.
Surge wave, I don't know. A surge, what is surge? Like electric surge? No.
Picking up boost.
I'm back. Ganesh bhai, kya haal hai? Welcome to the street. Take me to a new town. Please like my
surge wave.
The wave dash?
Wave dash.
Wave dash. Oh.
Picture of the ceiling.
बहुत से क्या होगा भाई तुझे?
Alright. Oh, fairs. I mean fairs, bro. Ceiling shot. I don't know. Oh, it was ceiling shot.
It was ceiling shot. All right, fair enough.
Okay.
I mean, probably
ceiling shot.
Ah,
okay.
Yep, makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Dual four set.
Huh?
1v1. Double flip reset. Double tap.
Cool.
Here we go. Come on, man.
Nice.
अभी next match है guys. हमारा होने वाला है TSM versus
I feel like that should have been
Team Vitality. अभी ग्रुप ए का मैच होगा जो 2 अपर ब्रैकेट्स होने वाले हैं.
Double jump.
ये ग्रुप बी के हो चुका है.
Zap dash.
Crazy भाई, crazy. शायद भाई क्या हाल है?
Okay, no one's getting these, bro.
Welcome to the stream. कल stream होगा बोल के स्कैम करती यार गणेश भाई.
I mean, that's
कल लेके यार
That's
गणेश.
pretty good. So what was our score? 6 or 7? Sorry.
बिकॉज एमन सोने चला गया, उत्कर्ष भाई थे नहीं, तो उस चक्कर में किया ही नहीं हमने स्ट्रीम. यार कोहली डुओ में क्या ही खेलते, इसलिए हमने खेला ही नहीं. खोल का बैठा था, फिर मैं सो गया वैसे ही. वेरी रियलिस्टिक. ये लोग अवेलेबल नहीं थे उस चक्कर में किया.
Down in the crowd at EWC, we're going to ask the fans some of their hot takes. Let's go. Hot take.
All right, NA's in shambles, don't get me wrong, but SSG is going to clutch up and they're going to win the entire event. It's a guarantee.
That sounds ridiculous. Hot take, what do you got?
I think TSM top 2, but also I think Wildcard might take a game off MIBR.
Wildcard game, that's not too many games though. I would need a little bit. Hot take?
Wildcard take 2 games off MIBR.
Okay, what is your hot take?
The only good thing about Gentlemate are the supporters.
Oh, Gentlemate, only the fans. Okay, hot take, what do you have?
TSM is gonna win the whole thing.
That is crazy. We've got the Hornets saying TSM are winning the whole thing. I got Mr. Space Station Gaming with me right now. What do you got? What's your hot take? Okay, this guy says that North America has more depth than Europe. Okay, Mr. SSG. Hot take, what do you got for us?
I think Nib gonna win 3-0 Twisted Mind.
Nib 3-0 Twisted Minds, that's crazy.
Yeah.
कौन सा माउस लिया इसने पता नहीं, कुछ 203 बोल रहा है. आप नो आइडिया, देखना पड़ेगा क्या सीन. इसे पता है भाई इसने क्या किया सुबह सुबह.
Well, here we are outside the Vitality booth of the Esports World Cup. Plenty of happening. I think we had Fury here yesterday streaming live, co-streamers galore, Herc. I mean, it's pretty nice back here.
This is a really gnarly booth. They got a juice bar, an ice cream stand. I think I want to hang out here.
Hey, they need to lock in though, Johnny, because they've got a match coming up, Vitality, and a pretty decent opponent
ओ
as well.
भाई Vitality का zone क्या है guys इतना मस्त बढ़िया zone बना है भाई
We know what to expect from them, but they're up against TSM.
येलो कलर का हर जगह
Energy being accused of dodging Vitality here, taking the scenic route through the lower bracket to avoid Vitality. Could be a 300 IQ move.
A classic NRG play, some might say, but Vitality haven't really put a foot wrong. Herb, we saw them in Paris a couple of
कल
months
क्रियो
ago.
बोल रहा था आइवन अचानक से पार्टी बदल लिया पता नहीं भाई
Favorites, but didn't quite perform. They
तो
want to
बढ़िया
bounce back.
Yeah, they definitely want to
समझ
bounce
रहे हो
back here. This is one of their stronger performances that we've seen on
लेकिन आज की होगा डोंट वरी आज होगा आज करेंगे हम लोग केक
break. If they get the upset
कल के लिए तो
here,
आज करेंगे
it's going to be rough.
आज होगा भाई बूम बाम
Zen as well,
ये
subbing
कैट
in
स्ट्रीम बेबी
stand-in for the CS team. Do you think that's a distraction for him coming into the Rocket League?
I hope not. I don't think he's been utilised yet, but I think it's just a bit of a flex for him. He's just farming aura while also winning in Rocket League. But I'm excited here. TSM, best ever result for APAC Rocket League in any event ever, and they're looking to build on that. They looked great yesterday, even though Energy didn't play their best. TSM looked fantastic.
And I guess the scary thing for Zen is if they do win the EWC, he's going to want to be the permanent.
Just ये चल रहा है भाई
He might have a placebo or something that he wants to play both esports at the same time. But Vitality looking great, as you mentioned. TSM, what a story! They were the story of day one as well. Sphinx, I mean, actually Kevin. Let's talk about Kevin for a second. Kev Goat, this guy spoke to him before the match yesterday. He said he's in absolute flow state. And we saw it on the pitch.
Yeah, I think he made mention that his friends didn't believe in him. Nobody believed in them. He was like, he was calling everybody out.
He doesn't need enemies with friends like those. Let me tell you, but hey, he got his win, and now everything else is a bonus. They've already got a great result for them, and if they can do, like, honestly, just play well against Vitality, it doesn't even matter if they win. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing for TSM.
एक पे रवि किशन वाला गेम खेला फुल बकचोदी है 5 मिनट के लिए ये कौन सा गेम है अब रवि किशन गेम Hello.
We've got ourselves a backstage exclusive.
What the hell?
TSM ahead of their match against Vitality. I've got Sphinx right here, and Sphinx, you are the hottest ticket in town. TSM coming off a win against the world champs, against NRG. How are you feeling?
Everything just worked out. Just maybe if it was tomorrow or yesterday or like the day before yesterday, maybe things would have played out differently. But that day, everything just clicked. And all the passes hit, so just feel lucky.
And Kevin,
very lucky.
Kevin said he was in flow state yesterday. Can we see more flow state, Kevin?
I was actually very lucky. So it's a variable. Kevin is a very big variable. So he might be in flow state yesterday, but today we don't know yet. We'll find out.
I want to see Kevin locked in because we got the key crusher behind us here backstage. Can we see you guys crush some keys and keep rolling?
You will see our key getting crushed tomorrow.
That's not the confidence I want to see. You're coming up against Vitality in Paris, in France. You're not going to have the home crowd support, but I feel like everyone watching back home will be supporting TSM after what you guys have been doing so far.
I mean, there's no point really supporting us. We're going to get 3-0'd by Vitality. I mean, you're going to get your heart broken tomorrow, today and tomorrow maybe, in fact. Like, if you want to support us and you want to see some exciting plays, maybe a Psycho again.
Maybe on target this time. That'd be
maybe
nice.
on target,
That'd be nice to see. But a huge win for APAC yesterday, we have to say. Being serious for a moment, have you had a lot of support from your region back home? Because that was the biggest day in APAC's history in Rocket League.
Yeah, I mean, we had zero expectations going into that game. I want to let you know, we did not expect anything. I was planning to book my ticket back because I have exams, but apparently I can't go back right now because I've won. So I'm just here.
Well, you mentioned before, I think in another interview with Rocket Baguette, limited practice. You're going kind of that all-or-nothing play style, but now you can see it work. So surely you guys have confidence that you can take it.
पिट्टू को खाओ पिट्टू क्या खाओ मैं वाफल है पनीर क्रिस्पी या पाव भाजी
Our practice at home was like
अभी खाना है कब खाना है
2 weeks. And that one scrim was probably on like 115 ping. So like now as soon as we got here,
उस पर डिपेंड करता है गणेश भाई तुम कब खा रहे हो
feeling good. So hopefully
वैसे waffle तो मुझे पसंद नहीं है भाई
like the chains would be
बारिश का मौसम हो रहा है तो यह पनीर क्रिस्पी बोलूंगा
our true potential on low ping.
Hey, let's hope that every game you guys get exponentially better with that limited practice. We'll see. But TSM, hottest ticket in town, Sphinx. Best of luck in your match, brother.
Thank you.
और अगर हैवी कुछ पेट भर के खाना तो पाव भाजी खा सकते
Sphinx just thinking he has no confidence or something coming in. All the magic and luck is gone and now he's going to lose. He's actually disappointed that he's not flying home earlier. He's got exams, Herc. What is going on?
He's realistic, all right? If you go into it thinking you're not going
going to win. If he says all
अभी
this
खा रहा
now,
है, पनीर crispy खा रहा है।
then they're going to upset, and then he has to stay another day. He's reverse psychologying
Yes,
himself.
that's what I think. It's a reverse psychology curse combination here. I know what he's up to. It's not going to work. Vitality are going to take this.
Oh, I mean, 95% fan vote is absolutely crazy, Herc. But Sphinx, they said that chaotic playstyle, it works for NRG. Can it work against Vitality?
Listen, if you can confuse them, you might actually be able to pull something off. And if somebody's going to confuse them, it's going to be people they don't study tape on.
Hey, they're looking to confuse them. They confused the world champs yesterday. They can confuse Vitality this time. Sphinx, TSM ready to go. And I think we're ready to get into the match as well. Let's get down to the floor.
हैं ऑडियो चला गया। हाँ जी ऑडियो चला गया। Very realistic.
I think we cut the music because we wanted to create a somber mood like it is here in Paris.
What are you laughing about?
Yeah, look, I mean, I thought that yesterday was crazy. I thought yesterday was wild. But
Man made up game
what
है,
on earth is going on with the French teams here in Paris?
Well, welcome to the Hunger Games at the STC Arena, and it's official. The praise are the Frenchies, mesdames et messieurs. C'est la sauce pour les équipes françaises à Paris, à part pour une, and surely it's not going to happen again.
Surely not. Let's find out and welcome our next team onto the stage. Team Vitality!
First up is TSM!
Well, here they come. It's TSM. We know how dominant they were yesterday. They became everybody's problem. TSM, they play fast, trust their mechanics, and yesterday proved that reputation means absolutely nothing once the clock starts. They already took down the world champions. Do it again here, and this stops being an upset story.
Please give the French one more hope. Team Vitality! The fans sang it better than any host. Precise in possession, brutally efficient when space appears, and built to punish anyone with the best player in the world in that roster.
A chaotic start as these two teams step out here, but can TSM send another shockwave and send the third French team to the lower bracket, or will the Bees blast through to the quarter-finals?
Well, it's not really gone too well for France today so far, Stumbling Goblin. 0-2, and coming into this tournament, you say, oh, a nice matchup against APAC. That's exactly what they need to get themselves back into flow state.
Yeah, I think that Herc put it very well earlier on, where Vitality may well struggle against a team that they ultimately haven't had any tape to really review on. When you look towards TSM and this roster in particular, they don't make it far through many of these LAN tournaments. In fact, this is Kevin's first ever win at a LAN, which is remarkable, seeing as they've done it against the reigning world champions. And not just that, they got it done in just 4 games. Vitality, I'm sure, will now have reviewed what TSM have done, but there can still be that confusing factor. And according to Sphinx, they're just sort of sandbagging their own minds into them thinking that they can't do it. Is that genuinely a really good psychological approach for this series?
I mean, I was watching that interview.
आज कास्ट करने से थोड़ा कम लग रहा है नहीं बाबा?
Because he was giving nothing away. You know, he was trying to play this sort of like, you know.
सबसे एनर्जी भाई too strong है भाई.
There must be some excitement bubbling up.
एनर्जी तुम्हारे स्ट्रीमर की कम लग रही है, मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है. तुमको होगा ये सर्दी अचानक से.
World champion. Sure. It's a wounded NRG, but it's still NRG.
गया साउंड उन्होंने कट कर दिया.
It wasn't luck. They well and truly earned their win against them yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Sphinx
ये मैच बहुत टक्कर लायक है. TSM भी अच्छा खेलती है, Vitality भी अच्छा खेलती है.
Highlight reels that when we look towards other regions, those two are part of it, and they show.
But emotionally, मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है Vitality जीत जाएगी. But देखते हैं, let's see. Hope for the best.
We kind of thought that might happen. That was one of the more expected results from yesterday's matches. 3-1 in every single series yesterday in Group A. The winner of this will be going through as qualified, and they'll head into the playoffs. So they'll be in the top 8, locked in, no problemo. And of course, Vitality, they are vying for those top club championships. They want as many as they can. They're trying to earn all of the money and all of the prestige offered here at the Esports World Cup.
Vitality, speaking of their former results in other esports, in this esport, they've already got a second place at the Boston Major and a top 4 recently at the Paris Major. Anyone missing is that elusive victory. They haven't won a tournament in a very long time, really, and they've come so close so many times, and they will see this as a stepping stone. But as we learned yesterday, TSM are far from that on current form. This is a roster that's been bubbling away. Sphinx and Kevin, APAC's best, joined by the German Catalysm.
And you mentioned as well with Vitality, their wins have only really come domestically recently in the most recent Opens, heading into Paris when we came here for the RLCS Major. They did manage to take down 2 of those. They won 2 of those Opens. The first one and then the third one, so 4 and 6 overall in the season. And then at Vitality, they know how to beat Europe. How will they do when they fare against an opponent that they are a lot less potentially handled, or rather prepared to handle, as Exotic immediately comes
Goal
in.
भाई, Vitality full form में खेल रही है भाई.
Yeah, it's a decent start there for Team Vitality. Exotic getting the touch.
गणपति आगमन नहीं जाऊंगा मैं. After EWC 23rd के बाद से जाऊंगा.
Exotic had full trust in his teammate, and
NHK नहीं है. Only reason is EWC के चक्कर में जा नहीं पा रहा.
So you can tell that he in particular is not taking TSM lightly, and rightly so. Ooh, interesting kick-off there. That's like one of ours.
I think that when you look at what TSM have done yesterday, it definitely shook a lot of players and a lot of people into thinking, oh, do we need to be taking these guys more seriously than we have been? They've been almost threatening having a big result, TSM. Getting a win here at the Esports World Cup is going to be, it's the biggest prestige that they could have, realistically. And the style in which they did it is going to be going down in the history books of the RLCS and in their story. But Sphinx pushed into the opposition's half, and with a boost steal, wants to continue the TSM attack.
Catalysm puts that one to the side where Kevin was waiting. Lovely little pre-jump there from Kevin. Could see TSM still on that same wavelength, but it's always if when Zen is coming forwards. Until they block him at the midfield there. Exotic in the corner. Catalysm pushing him away. Kevin tries to get that one back towards Sphinx. And these guys do love a pre-jump. I was watching them both in the 2v2 APAC tournament. And just every time the ball is in the air, Kevin is already there. It's utterly ridiculous how often they both go for the same ball and they're already there. Going for it again, Catalysm to the side, Kevin's waiting for it. You can see why TSM are dangerous, because they do, at the moment, play fearlessly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that fearlessness completely caught NRG off guard. You mentioned Kevin earlier. His pre-jumps were absolutely outrageous yesterday. The way in which he flings himself around the pitch, and described by Sphinx earlier on as a variable. And what a brilliant term to use when describing him. We've loved Kevin since we interviewed him a couple of years ago in Copenhagen for the Copenhagen Major. And he is just now, I think, showing off to a lot more people why he is an incredible force in APAC.
Yeah, certainly an entertainer. Here comes Sphinx, dancing with that ball, wants to get it past Zen. Zen had to watch him all the way and track him, show him that respect yet again. Then he gets past Catalysm pretty quickly. Zen all over. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's majestic. Exotic steal.
Banging steal, you love that. Stat padding, Exotic trying to get to 50 goals alongside TRK. But Zen, I kind of felt that Sphinx on low boost, he had to go via a couple of pads, put him in a poor position when he was left on an island at the back in the blue half. Zen it does what he is able to do, and the bees erupt, dance with joy.
Can Sphinx get one straight back? He's got solo possession from the kickoff. This one to the side, Exotic there after that fantastic goal steal. He flings it forward, Kevin pushes it to the side, so Team Vitality are...
Guys, Vitality full cuckoo है ये.
Pretty good for it, but Sphinx shows his mechs. Catalysm gets the
shot. Goal मारे हुए TSM को one side.
Kevin was too far back. You have to be further forward there if you're Kevin, because now Zen's got all the time in the world to play, and you do not want to be 1v1 against this man. There he was. Kevin straight over the ball. Zen completely mind games him. That's a horrible position to be in when Zen, when you have that.
One-sided kill river Vitality.
Yeah, with Zen just bearing down directly into the net. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be a tough spot to defend from. And TSM, they're not going to be quite as confident as they were going into the first game in the series yesterday. 3-0 against them. They were 3-0ing NRG at this point. Catalysm attempted, thought might go for the pinch as Kevin finds Sphinx and back towards Kevin. A pre-jump. A little bit too high, but the ambition is still alive and well in TSM's hearts.
Yeah, I think we'll have to get used to saying that for the rest of this series.
Yeah.
Kevin and Sphinx with the pre-jump. Here is Kevin again. Always keen to get on the ball. What do you do with it? It's not his best touch, but it was towards Sphinx in the end, so it worked out okay. Sphinx then stands down towards Catalysm. Not so much boost to play with, but the touch is clean and pure. Sphinx wraps around this one, dodges Exotic. Kevin coming in here, could make it tricky for Stizzy. Then there's the demo, and that'll be 3-1.
गोल पहला TSM का गोल लो जी
You can feel that from the
फोड़ दिया भाई इसको फोड़ के गोल मारा है भाई
from Sphinx. He immediately sees the ball, goes past it, heads for the man. It's a lovely tap in from Catalysm, and 3-1, bringing it back. Definitely seeing mirrors of yesterday's series.
Tough to defend. When you're being taken out of the game every time you go for the ball there, and that fake against Stizzy will be in his nightmares depending on how this series goes on and how this game goes on for the last 60, 75 seconds or so. Zen goes around the corner. Catalysm again boostless. TSM make the most of very little boost. It seems to be what they do with their playstyle. Never need too much in order to attack the ball. Again, Sphinx goes for it, no boost, but he gets a pass towards Kevin. Always looking for each other, these.
Yeah. I think we saw that previously with the way that TSM like to play. All of their infield passes so rarely actually got shut down by NRG. Vitality doing a much better job of that. Again, that tape is now available to be reviewed. Captain's passing to Sphinx. Exotic there, very intelligently covering the near post shot and the far post shot. Stizzy, a reset round one.
Goal maar diya.
Double dunk. Stizzy, choreographed demolition on the goal at the other end.
Yeah, clean as you like. He calls off Exotic to get some boost or get some bumps, and that made the defending even more difficult. And when it came to Sphinx on the goal line, he wasn't able to do anything about it. Vitality continue to show their dominance. France is back. Who doubted it?
Well, 1/3 of France is back. Well done, Vitality fans, Gentlemates fans, and KC. They're going to be licking their wounds for a little while longer.
Exotic has control of this one and gets it past his opponent there. It's looking like a bit of a procession in game number 1 for Vitality. Have you seen enough from TSM? Say we've got a series on our hands here?
They've still got the same identity as yesterday. It's just now less effective, which I also thought would happen. TSM are playing the way that they know how to play, and I really like that style. I really enjoy how team-focused they are, with whether it's demos and or who's helping who out, if there's passes.
One-sided के लिए भाई.
I enjoy that from TSM a lot, and it works domestically. In APAC, they are absolutely running through. Sphinx chance for a doink. Gave it a go, but it jumped.
Oh, man. I honestly...
You looked horrified when you looked at me there.
गोल वो भी गोल मार दिया TSM ने लास्ट में. ठीक है. 2-4.
You don't need to jump there. You
Not
don't
bad.
need to dodge. Just double... Oh, so you do need to jump. You don't need to dodge. Just double jump.
It could have also just been a no-jumper, like the Goat Monkey Moon did yesterday.
After a wave dash.
A lovely no-jumper. But TSM, they bring back 1 goal in garbage time. And it's very clean from Vitality. It's how, honestly, so far, how I expected this series to go. I thought that Vitality would come out hot. They got a couple of goals early on. TSM brought a few back themselves. They're playing with the same identity. Both teams are. It's just that Vitality's identity and their ceiling is obviously higher than TSM's.
Yeah, I mean, they all had nice moments. He's got the flip reset later on, and Zen set up Exotic brilliantly there by getting past all 3 players on the floor and having the ball already rolling into the back of the net. But TSM got themselves back in it. Was it after 3? It was after 3, so it was 3-0, and then TSM made it a bit of a question after Zen got another quick reset underneath the defender. This was the moment coming up now, though, where TSM just reminded us of what they were capable of as of yesterday. But it didn't mean anything in the end, and Vitality worthy winners of the opening game. Yep, with Eversax behind them, I think Eversax will be pretty chill about that one.
Yeah, I imagine that the amount of thought that went into this series is higher than maybe Vitality would have anticipated. I'm sure
Exotic ने तो carry कर दिया, almost 500 score भाई अकेले ने मारा है.
The competition before it really kicked off in the upper bracket semis, but instead obviously TSM have made their way through, and maybe a slight change of plan with how they wanted to play, but hoping that their quality can shine through.
I mean, we spoke about how TSM were doing a lot with the minimal boost that they had. They were on 0 for 170 seconds in that game, so 3 minutes basically, where they just had nothing, and they were like, please don't double flip reset. Oh, you've done it because you're Zen, and then they're losing. So they'll have to try and win that fight a little bit better, but it always seems to be that the better a team is, the more boost they have. You seem to have endless reserves when you're winning, and nothing when you're losing.
But we did see Sphinx early on in that game. He managed to, oh, wow, goodness me, Zen get sent to the shops. 1 flip reset, chance for Catalysm, and I like the ambition that we're seeing, as I said, from TSM. And Catalysm is one of the players where in Europe he never particularly thrived a huge amount, went to a couple of lands on behalf of Europe. He has really found a home in APAC, and it is incredible to see the player that he has grown to become. At land, he really shines, and that's going to be a perfect example of it from his own
direct goal mara bhai itna lamba.
Slangs it home. That's a lovely moment when you're praising a player and he scores as you're doing it. Stumpy Goblin, whack it on your show reel. What a finish that was from Catalysm. Got all sort of power on that one. And even before then, it wasn't even the shooting chance that they had. It's the fact that they had boost control for the 20 or so seconds before then. Much better game 2 from TSM, even taking away the goal.
And also, confidence-wise, they've now earned their first lead against Vitality. It's going to hopefully, you know, do a couple of wonders for them. That one, a couple of saves. Can sneak their way in, and TSM, they hold it down for now, but 0 boost for 2 players again. Sphinx has to tap it on, and then the wide bounce doesn't really help him as he was tracking it on the wall.
Why is Sphinx like, he's got no right to go for that.
He doesn't.
Ball.
I thought he'd leave it.
Yeah, from the side to the ceiling, bouncing off everything. Like, oh, I know what you're doing, Zen. I know that you've got the next to do it, Zen, but I'm here too.
I think diving into is going to be a big advantage that TSM are going to have. Play confidently, play aggressively. But as Vitality, no, you need boost to do that. It's a nice touchdown from Zen, but nobody following up, and so Exotic in the end is going to be able to catch it in the midfield. This time, Stizzy's turn. It's very turn-taking for Vitality. Who can beat 2 and then leave it to the final man? Sphinx catches it on the backboard. Is he Diaz? Can he get a win like he did earlier? Zen, no tracks, reads, shoots, saved by Kata.
Exotic into this corner here, has to dodge his teammate and does so. Kevin gets something on it again. He's such a pest, is Kevin. He's just always there when Vitality don't want him. Constantly chasing, but doing it great ability right now. This time though, he's got no
Goal.
lose the 50-50, can't do anything with it, Sphinx, and that's 1-1.
It's a brilliant dunk from Zen, and in the end, you see how
अच्छा try था save करने का, but never mind.
He goes up, fakes high,
Unlucky
Kevin
bhai.
is low, then immediately pivots it by air on the car, back behind
Unlucky.
Catalysm on the goal line. It's a 1-2-3, and that countdown leads to TSM's demise. Vitality draw themselves level.
Kickoff though goes to Sphinx, straight from it. So he'll have time to do something with it. Booms it back. I want to see a bit more from Sphinx there, a bit more creativity needed. You know, at least your team gets some boost, at least try and gain some territory from it, a decent 50-50, but what's done is done. And they'll keep on coming TSM. More defending to do now though, up against Zen, who is causing them all sorts of havoc whenever he gets the ball. Of course, Catalysm gets it to Sphinx, so that's really nice play. 2 more boosts. Can he use it? Well, nearly, but Zen gets the save.
Nearly did what Kevin did yesterday. The lovely double tap that made Sphinx look so proud of him. Catalysm ceiling bound, but Stizzy himself doing his best Sphinx impression, I would say. Middle bounces quite awkwardly for Vitality, but now from TSM wanting to dive in as we reach halfway through game number 2. It's past Central. Zen can collect, but you see Sphinx find Catalysm just ahead of target, and Vitality now under quite a bit of pressure.
Yeah, another pre-jump comes in. This time it's towards Catalysm. He gets into that top corner. It's a little bit high. Shot after shot from TSM. Vitality looking like they're doing their best to avoid a wall. Well, that's the double commit. That's the pressure that's being put on them. Could Catalysm fake it? It's not going to matter. Sphinx is there. It was the right decision.
Comeback it is a comeback time or what?
That play felt like it was coming, but it ended up being a Vitality error. The double commit from Stizzy and Zen.
कंट्रोलिंग यार गाइस गाड़ियों की हम तो कद्दू ना कर पाए ऐसे कंट्रोल
Credit to Catalysm as well. I was thinking the
उड़ के आगे से ले आएंगे
he got so much power on that ball that the goalkeeper had no chance to get there with the 0 boost that clearly TSM knew he had. So great awareness, great decision making, good composure, and in the end, thrilling mechanics as well.
Another lead gained for TSM, a reset Sphinx backboard, and Zen just manages to read it a little bit greater. We're seeing a lot of lateral play come out from TSM. They're wanting to find each other in the midfield, and I do worry that Vitality might start reading that, but can TSM steal a game or 2 before that comes to fruition?
Yeah, TSM have to stay unpredictable. You know, at some point, when your opponents are pre-jumping everything, you start to read it, especially if you're as intelligent as Vitality and have the team behind them that they do, the brains of the operation. So TSM has to be careful of that. They also have to be careful here, because
भाई
double tap, and that is 2.
Zen solo खेल रहा है ऐसा लग रहा भाई
one step behind, and this time they draw themselves level. It's a good fake from Exotic, or a pass rather, into them, just lofting it high. Then cheeky double, nobody is home, and Vitality are punished on the counter. It took them a little bit less time to score than previously. So in the final 80 seconds, TSM are hoping that they don't just get another return goal if TSM can secure one first.
Stizzy and Exotic both going for that ball. It does get it into the TSM corner, but Kevin emerges with it, and he has boost. Zen meets him as soon as he can. Stizzy this time. Sphinx is picking up that 100, so he'll be a little bit slow here. Kevin do anything with it to block, get the block on the shot? No, he can't. Sphinx misses. It could be 3-2.
Oh.
Kazu misses the crossbar. Is anybody there for Vitality? No. It remains 2-all.
Exotic was, but I think does intelligently yet again. Thinks, I'm not getting to it first. I'll just wait. I can buy my time, and that's what you get when you're a confident team. You can
मार दिया भाई zen ने गोल भाई zen back to back goal.
It's coming. And Vitality, for the first time in game number 2, get a lead at a very vital spot.
Yeah, the finish was from Zen, but the setup was
कर
all
गई
from
lead.
Stizzy. The 50-50 in the air.
Vitality lead कर गए guys.
Kevin would be going for this, so we could
क्या पता शायद 2-0 closer भी कर दे.
challenge, knowing full well there'll be no fake. And Vitality were able to take absolute advantage of that fact, but TSM do have control of it from the kickoff. It goes straight down from Stizzy. He can't control it. Kevin's in the air, gets I think 2 flip resets. Don't know what happened there. Also Exotic in the end. This might be game over. If Exotic can score, but he gets too much on it.
Nice long clear as Sphinxes, of course, 2 players onto it. It's Zen and Stizzy yet again, but 1 removed from the pitch. Just let Stizzy burn a bit more time. With Sphinx coming in, Catherine fancied it as well. That board finds Exotic, and final 15. The push really is going to be coming to a head here. Great fake, but read by the Spaniard.
Kevin has this ball, puts it round the corner.
Yeah, guys, 2-0 closer कर रही है Vitality.
Again boostless, goes for the fake, it's all he can do. Kevin catches it, but the touch isn't the best. Into the corner with Zen, they just need this ball to hit the floor, and Vitality take a 2-0 lead. Oh, Zen on the backboard. Without him there, that was going to be a goal, but instead, it's Vitality 2-0, and the professional
Vitality, baby.
continues.
And that was the chance. The final nail that could have gone in the coffin just to earn themselves an overtime, but Vitality, they were stretched a lot more in that game. And Zen locks in a hat-trick, a 50% shooting rate in the second game. And that also puts Zen himself on 49 goals in EWC history. He is now drawn with Exotic on 49 goals, only 1 behind it TRK and Killers on 50, who are the current leading historical goal-scoring champions.
TSM have taken their tactical timeout, so they'll be talking some things through. I wonder if they'll be talking about varying their approach, because it does get a little bit predictable. I've also got a feeling they're not talking about that because they are Kevin and Sphinx, and they're probably going to keep doing it because it worked for them yesterday.
It's a bit frustrating that so far Sphinx is right when he said we're going to get 3-0'd. I kind of wish that he wouldn't have been correct on that.
Yeah.
But I do also think it's annoying because they're so close. Like, they're really close to breaking through. And I don't necessarily think that you need to do anything crazy here. They're doing exactly what they need to do to get this kind of result. I don't know if it's a tactics thing that they need to be discussing. I think it's a, let's just keep locking in and we need these individual moments. The way that they got the goals is either on, especially versus NRG, the amount of counterattacks, the amount of, quite frankly, poor defense that came out of NRG. Vitality just aren't allowing that.
No, they're not, but this has been a brutal series so far. The last game had 15 demos. 8 and 7 between the two of them, so they're all going at it, they're all attacking each other, but it seems to be Vitality that are emerging from the chaos victorious up to this point. As we'd expect, what I would say is there's absolutely no shame in the way that TSM are playing this one right now, and I think they're proving to anyone who thought that yesterday was a fluke and yesterday was embarrassing for NRG, they're saying, yeah, TSM really are a team worth looking at here.
And also TSM, they're currently, they're actually playing a very similar game. The possession is still super in TSM's half, which is how they beat NRG. And some of their biggest wins, I think it was 70% of the time, the ball was in TSM's half. And they ended up scoring multiple goals in that game versus an ultimately crumbling NRG, but still an NRG. And Vitality are falling into that trap, and then it either comes down to the execution from the final shot from TSM or the defense from Vitality. The saves are coming in and the shots are not convincing enough. And it is now do or die in game number 3. They've still got the lowers that they're going to be able to fall into should Sphinx have been correct. But you still hope that there is going to be another chance for this TSM team that has locked in so many fans over the course.
अच्छा भाई क्या हाल है? Vitality इसमें भी है, yes sir. Vitality already lead कर रही है भाई 0-2.
But if they do drop a game here to TSM, there will be some nervy bumblebees out there. So we'll have to see what TSM can do if they can put that cat amongst the pigeons. Kevin has to watch Stizzy go over the top of him, but he's bumped out the way as it's coming in. Could be 1-0 early doors. Catalan has to make a save, can't quite get there, and Sphinx clears.
We're seeing echoes of the previous game 2 in that second, where the side of TSM were on 0 boost for almost 3 minutes again.
Path once start खत्म कर दे one-sided vitality.
Incredibly tough way to
TSM
play.
TSM का चीज़ आएगा.
I thought might go for a Sphinx there. Have a cheeky little
Although
side
TSM को खेलने मिलेगा भाई.
that wasn't quite
One more
able
match.
to. But I think what they need, TSM, is they need more boost and vitality and making that such a hard resource to come by.
Yeah, I mean, look how easily Stizzy wins that 50-50 as well. Zen, though, that one pinches right back at him. Certainly didn't win that challenge, but it's worked out okay for now as Zen tries to launch something spicy and is blocked at source. And Catalysm finds Kevin and gets it back towards Catalysm. It's all a little bit bouncy, a little bit ping-pongy in the TSM defense right now. They need to take control of this ball. That's better from Kevin.
No boost, that's the issue.
Yeah, he's got nothing to play with, is he?
Still very low. Catalysm sent it high. Kevin, hello, mate. Not quite the time, but I do back it. I don't mind that. I don't mind going for them. Just be unpredictable.
Zen gets this catch here, and Kevin pops up again. You never know where he's going to be. It's impressive to me.
Yeah.
You can see why he was called the Variable by his teammate.
That's a cool nickname, the Variable.
It's very good, yeah. I was thinking exactly that.
Good
Oh,
pop.
here he is. Catalysm nearly falls to Kevin, gets that one high. Falls to him again, gets the 100. Tries to fake out Exotic. Maybe it was a backflip. But a decent little bit of pressure now for TSM, and they've kept it at 0-0. It's another competitive game.
I'm sure it's going to be an infield pass that they want to eventually absolutely slam on target. The vitality via the medium of Zen do work out of the opposition's half.
Goal
And
padega.
it is a piece of magic from Exotic to secure his 50th EWC goal.
That makes him the joint highest
50
goal scorer
EWC goal.
in Esports World Cup history.
Oh भाई.
But he's still got a job
Crazy
to do.
बड़े भाई.
Still a few more minutes. This has not been simple for Vitality. That goal came from yet another demo as the series remains explosive. Catalysm with the catch. Kevin, no boost. Huge pinch though. How's that one got all that distance? There's a chance now for Sphinx. Wants to get the double tap. Can he? No, it's to Kevin instead, but it's just blocked.
And that was a two-pronged defense as well from Vitality. Sphinx, a little bit of mechanical
Alex
magic.
इतना गरम क्यों हो रहा है?
Nothing to work through, but a lovely pass back. He sees Catalysm waiting, and we're just seeing that speed now. With Vitality's defense being so strong. Again, they're having chances. They're counter-attacking frequently. They're setting up quite a few opportunities. But Vitality, they're being incredibly strong. The blockade remains.
And Chain dashes his way around the corner to keep as much boost as possible. Exotic's turn this time onto the backboard, follows it in. Catalysm, all important touch out of nowhere. I thought for a second that it's going to be 2-0 Vitality, and maybe you'd start to see the
Vitality की तरफ गेम जा रहा है guys. हो गया भाई GG. ठीक है सब.
This is the quick reset cleared by Kevin. They're surviving for now. How long can they do it when Zen's going
Oh my god भाई Zen hello. क्या गोल मारता है भाई ये?
Exotics was nice for number 50. Zen's is marvelous. Welcome to the top scorers, Zen. Esports World Cup may well
भाई
be
क्या
your
गोल
home.
मारा भाई उसने?
That was all of us.
Yeah, you can't say anything about that one. Truly brilliant, but TSM still
Good goal, huh?
can score, saved, and pinching not quite towards the TSM net. 3 would certainly be good night.
Unreal.
Here is Zen again. That shot, that moment, was a real warning to the rest of the competition.
It shows so much intent of, look, we've not been able to take it home. Exotic has here with BDS. Vitality have not been able to take home EWC. With the 90 seconds left, it will take something special. Unfortunately, for TSM, he plays for Vitality.
Yeah, Vitality.
1.5 minute और 3 गोल हो तो सकता है but possible नहीं है मेरे को लग रहा. GG हो गया.
Have scored in this third game.
जीत गई Vitality.
And it's been
One-sided by dominated by.
It was close.
0-3 dominating Vitality by.
And since then, they've been putting on a show for their fans. They've been putting on a show for the French. So that guys, it's not that hard. You know, what we doing? What we doing, gentlemates and Carmine Corp? Is it ridiculous?
And then low boost, couldn't make any contact, and so a pretty loose pass in the middle. As Vitality is ticking down the seconds with 17 to remain. Let's say from Exotic. And again, it's just this multi-layered defense from Vitality that TSM have really struggled to get through. They've scored 2 goals per game, which isn't bad. But I think Vitality, they kind of build that into their game plan. If they do let in a couple of goals, it's not that much of an issue because they've scored 4 and 3 respectively, and now 3 yet again. And they've just shut down TSM to another level.
Yeah, it's not even the attack that's impressing most about Team Vitality this game, it's the defending as well. TSM have had chances. Vitality have always been there to get the block, and then when they do come forwards, they have
GG guys, GG.
control of the ball at all times.
Well played by TSM.
I think Exotic or maybe Stizzy behind him would have had some sort of cover on him.
Vitality कर गए जीजो का TSM का
Can't even score there.
Vitality कर गए भाई
on this final game and finally no they still don't.
क्या डिफेंस है भाई ये Vitality का क्या डिफेंस है
Just continuing to play.
गोल के अंदर से बॉल बाहर फेंक रहा
And Vitality with a 3-0 over TSM have got an absolute statement to the rest of the competition. You have taken home championships.
one-sided खेला है भाई
home trophies. We are here in Rocket
गोल
League.
चौथा गोल भी पड़ गया ला
More than we've been able to.
लास्ट 0.1 सेकंड में चौथा गोल पड़ा
Number 1 goal scoring title in EWC history as they move through to our playoffs.
I thought you were going to keep doing the epic voice until they hit the ball on the kickoff and then carry it all the way through. That would have been impressive.
That would have been tough and bad, unfortunately.
He'll give
Done it till then easily enough. Vitality are your winners. 3-0. TSM put up a fight.
They did.
They certainly reminded us that they are a very good Rocket League team and want to be taken seriously, but Vitality, they are so desperate to win something.
Yeah.
Zen wants to win something again. It's been a while. That was a complete performance from them.
Yeah, the Exotic again, the return to the top. I appreciate we were talking very early about this as well. It's just one game in the group stage. The Stizzy too, you look to a final. He's been in the final before, could not get it done on Dignitas. The Vitality is very much a different beast. And the French have got something to smile about, Coco. They have a team succeed here at EWC. And it's going to be a great performance there from Vitality. And unfortunately for Carmine Corp and Gentlemates, they have still got one more series before they can escape the group.
क्या लोअर ब्रैकेट में फेंका है भाई क्या लोअर ब्रैकेट में फेंका है पूरी टीम को उठा के
A lot of work has to be done. Vitality have managed to do so.
Guys, the next game होने वाला है हमारा Twisted Minds versus Ninjas in Pajamas.
Joining Team
NIP.
Falcons, joining Space Station Gaming. And it's one of my, you know, a really impressive Vitality performance
Fourth
as well.
game of the day.
Yeah. I'll be thinking about it for a very long
And so
time.
far,
We have an interview ready.
हमारा गेम चल रहा है on time.
The French team's cast
Schedule
is
चल रहा था late,
officially over here on
but
day 2.
one-sided game के चक्कर में भी on time हो चुका है.
Des équipes françaises a pris fin grâce à toi, notamment Exotic. Congratulations, of course, on this big win. So I want to have your opinion on this curse. Première question, ouais, on a vu KC Mate envoyer en loser bracket. Vous arrivez à vous imposer 2 fois hier, aujourd'hui. Qu'est-ce qui explique ça selon toi? Est-ce qu'il faut se méfier des outsiders, le WC?
Oui, dans ce genre de compétition, il faut toujours se méfier un peu de toutes les équipes qu'il y a dans le tournoi. Si elles sont là, c'est pas pour rien. Donc, on prend personne à la légère. On a une très bonne préparation.
50 गोल इसके EWC में अशरफ भाई देख रहे हो रोहित भाई 50 गोल
et hâte de la suite du tournoi.
Ouais, puis
हर जाएगा 50 गोल करते
comme disent les fans Vitality, effectivement. So yeah, we don't take
3 साल हुआ है 3 साल में इसने 50 गोल मारे भाई EWC
a very specific prep for each team, and there's a reason why all teams are here, so you shouldn't underestimate them. My next question is going to be about you and your career. It's been a long time since you lifted an international trophy. I believe it was in Dallas 2024. So how hungry are you to come for another title? À quel point ça te donne la dalle ici de revenir, d'aller chercher un titre après ces 2 ans d'attente?
Bah, c'est sûr que là, depuis les Worlds 2024, là, on n'a pas gagné de tournoi international, donc c'est sûr qu'on a très envie, mais avec Zen, on a teamé ensemble pour ce genre de trophée, donc là, ce serait bien d'en ramener en plus devant les fans français à Paris. On a loupé les 2 premiers majors, on aurait pu les ramener les 2, mais on a loupé, on espère ramener celui-là.
La 3e, c'est la bonne, j'ai envie de te dire, effectivement. So yeah, I'm super hungry for it. You know, we've been waiting for this. This is bringing international trophies is the reason why we teamed up with Zen in the first place. So that's literally why we want to be here, and it will be amazing to give it to the French fans here in Paris. It will be even better. And you know, just like in football or in traditional sports, the common humans, you know, the normal humans like me, don't see everything that's going on behind the scenes in the shadows. So I want to know why you think that you're essential in that Vitality roster, and what do your teammates say that your strengths are. Donc ouais, en général, les humains un peu normaux ne captent pas tout ce qui se passe quand c'est pas toi qui mets tous les buts, etc. Est-ce que tu peux me dire pourquoi c'est important de t'avoir dans ce roster et qu'en pensent tes coéquipiers?
Bah après, moi, mon rôle dans une équipe de ce style-là, c'est j'ai 2 joueurs très mécaniques et
c'est
de mettre le maximum en confiance pour qu'ils fassent leurs choses. Moi, j'assure derrière, je suis solide, je fais mes petits trucs et je fais en sorte que les 2 y brillent, quoi.
Solide comme un rock et un team player bien comme il faut, les gars, s'il vous plaît. Est-ce qu'on peut applaudir Exotic? Of course, so yeah, in a team like that with two super strong mechanical players, my role is to make them shine, just to be solid, just to make sure that things don't go the other way, of course, and you did it. Bienvenue une nouvelle fois en quart de finale. Exo tu le mérite, and we're moving on to our next series after a short break. It's Twisted Mind versus NIP. Don't go anywhere.
Nice shot. Good, come on.
We book Esports World Cup up.
The EWC is a global event, so we need to reach a global audience.
Ils sont chauds, ils sont là, ils sont prêts, Barney. Yeah, that is right. And so, with that being said,
With Paris hosting, we're bringing the broadcast in multiple languages, including mime. Mime. People are being taken down. There's an Elam everywhere. Okay, he's down. He's down. He's knocked. Eliminated. Eliminated. Oh, that's a melee weapon. Oh, that is not going to heal in the more. What is? Okay, he has a grenade. And that's a team wipe. That's a team wipe. It's a team wipe. What are we doing? What is happening here? What are we doing? We have to meet the fans where they are and relate to them in ways that they understand. Okay, another one down, another one knocked, and he's been hit. He's been, wait, is he okay? All right, oh no, wait, hey, I don't, hey, can we get help? Are you all right? Are you okay? Hey, can we get a medic? Where's the medic? Can we please have the medic? Oh gosh, come on, where's the predictor? Roman, can we please have a medic? Wait. This freaking country, man. No matter how difficult it may be. You've just got to be kidding me with this, man. Like, I feel like he's stepping all over my lines. I'm a serious performer. I went to film school. I've been doing this for like 10 years, all right? This isn't my... Was he making fun of me? And with the finals coming to a close on the STC Arena stage, we are finally going to see some of these points and what the implication means for the club championship rankings. Therefore, oh, okay, I'm sorry, am I boring you? I'm boring you? Speaking of boring, you wear the same clothes every single day, okay? Please be perfect. Yo, you know what? Two can play at this game. This is a rock. Huh? How did you, wait, what the? I don't want to be here anymore. No. I'm not interrupting you. You're interrupting me. Yeah, you're stepping all over all of my lines. I need to get this information out. This is what the people want to hear. This is what they need to know about. What are you doing? Oh yeah. Real mature. Go ahead. Build your wall like you always do. No, seriously. You think that you're going to be invited back? That you're ever going to be hired in esports again? Are you kidding me? It's so unprofessional. I'm done with this. I can't do. Actually, you know what I think? Oh God. Oh.
Back. अरे ये क्या सेटअप है भाई रॉकेट लीग का क्रेजी है गाड़ी हमें मुड़ रही है
We were there. For every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind. And we're here. Now. The proud founding partner of EWC. Powering the biggest event in gaming. Shoulder to shoulder with the world's best. Making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion. Reach your impossible.
What is up, gamers? We've got a banger match for you guys coming up here shortly, and we're just gonna hop straight into it. We've got Twisted Minds versus Ninjas and Pajamas. I've got Jorby and Achieves. Guys, quick thoughts before we get into this on this match. Is it 10 out of 10 or is it a sleeper pick? What's going on?
I'm scared for Ninjas and Pajamas, okay? I've seen what TRK is doing on that half of the, I was gonna say half of the field. Just what they're doing here at EWC. I'm scared for them.
It's a valid thing to be scared of. TRK has absolutely been on a roll. He was the first player to reach 50 goals here at the EWC, shortly then being broken by Zen in that last series there.
Yeah, TRK, great job being the first one to make 50, but the big problem is the race to 100 starts now, and competition's pretty close by, bro.
Race to 100?
Race to 100.
At this tournament? That'd be pretty crazy.
Not this tournament per se, but just in general. Either way, well
TRK's
done.
gonna score 7 goals a game from here on out.
You never know. You just might, but either way.
I don't know about that.
I mean, he's first to 50. Good job on you. That's something nobody ever gets to take away at the very least. He's been playing great carball every day at the EWC, and I'm looking forward to see what he's got here versus NIP.
You and I both. I mean, NIP on the same thing, right? They've been on a roll a little bit of a sleeper here at the EWC, I would argue. I kind of feel like they've been under the radar, especially after yesterday. That win against Shopify Rebellion really had everybody, up in arms after the win.
Yeah, this team is very boom or bust for me. Like, there are days where Jorius looks like he's unbeatable. Other days where everyone on this team kind of goes invisible. CRR the same kind of way. Their inconsistency is what just has me really worried for them against Twisted Minds. But at their peak, they can go toe-to-toe with this team.
Yeah, pretty solid, though, yesterday. I mean, say what you want about how Shopify Rebellion's played. Ninjas and Pajamas knew what the job was. Came in, got it done, and I was happy with how it looked. If you're a Shopify fan, though, you hated it. I picked him to win. So it's definitely not good for anything I'm picking in this event, that's for sure.
Well, quickly before we get into it, I mean, Twisted Minds have 91% of the chat behind them. You guys got any picks to drop before we head out?
Twisted Minds in 4.
Ooh.
Twisted Minds in 3.
Oh my. I'll be anonymous on this.
How about the host gets to do that for
It's the
once?
one time I'm in the host role and I get to be a little quiet about it here. No, honestly, the 91% is insane. There's only one way to settle it, though, of who actually is going to be able to take it down, and that's throw everybody out onto the field. Guys, we've got a banger matchup for you. It is Twisted Minds versus NIP coming up right now.
Finally, enfin les gars, une petite victoire française à Paris, elle fait plaisir évidemment à Vitality, à tous les Zen Enjoyers. Finally, a French win on home soil here in Paris. We take a deep breath, we enjoy before moving on to our next game. Ian.
You all right? Allez! Is that right? Allez!
Allez. Yes.
We finally did it. We saw a French team pick up a win here on the main stage on day 2 of Rocket League at the Esports World Cup. Now, the stakes are always high when we're playing here at the STC Arena, but you can breathe a sigh of relief because we're about to play our final series of the day that won't result in a key crush. That's coming a little bit later.
Look at the smirk. Look at the smirk he has when he talks about the key crushing. He's looking forward to it, and I must say that I am too, waiting to see the cracked young Rocket League players crushing keys in Paris.
Yeah, we're not there yet though. We've got one more quarterfinal spot to lock in, Lou.
And you know that team. It is Twisted Minds. They are the menace number 1. A roster overflowing with mechanics, experience, and the kind of confidence that comes from spending a season breaking old regional hierarchies. You know that face, a French talent, Monkey Moon, leading that team of Twisted Minds, and they're ready for more.
Let's welcome their opponents. It's Ninjas in Pajamas! NIP arrive with experience in every single position and a game built to expose mistakes. They may not always make Rocket League look beautiful, but they are extremely good at making opponents earn every inch. Yesterday was messy. Today, they get to show what this team looks like when it clicks.
It is the smartest minds versus the ninjas. Who's gonna get it on our 4th game of the day? Let's get it.
And NIP give us another surprise today. A lot of people had Shopify Rebellion taking them down yesterday, but that wasn't the case. Twisted Minds as well. A key win over Foot, the team that made it through the LCQ. Looked like they were going to start hot, but they got cooled off by Twisted Minds.
Yeah, Twisted Minds has been on an absolute run. Monkey Moon in particular currently has the most saves of all time in EWC history, sitting with 121, and I expect no less than 150 at the end of the series.
Well, we'll see if that indeed happens. We've been seeing a lot of records. One record that still waiting to see is that reverse sweep. Want to see that actually happen.
I want to see somebody complete that. You think this is like, okay, between these two teams, who goes up and actually has to get reverse sweep?
I feel like both of them have that in
It could go either way.
Yeah, both of them have that in them. I think for Twisted Minds, though, just looking at the bigger picture with the club championship, every step closer, every great placement they get improves their position on the leaderboard for the club championship, and that is a lot of money on the line as well. So the pressure's going to be on Twisted Minds, but this team has been looking quite good. They started a little bit slow against Foot, but then near the end, they just hit a different gear. They were playing so well together, especially TRK and Nubo. The air dribble bump passes from Nubo were so good and opened up several shooting lanes for his team. So I'm excited to see this one play out.
I'm in the same boat. I think, you know, if Nubo and TRK are on that same level of synergy as they were the other day, and Monkey Moon is still an absolute wall, this team is going to be, if not the toughest challenge NIP has had yet.
चैट बहुत शान लग रही है भाई. क्या सीन है, क्या हो गया भाई? एनएच के भाई नहीं कर पा रहे हो क्या तुम? लोग चैटिंग वैटिंग नहीं कर पा रहे क्या आज? आजकल तो लोगों को मेरे को लगता है स्ट्रीम ही नहीं पहुंच पा रही है भाई हमारी.
We'll see if they're a team that just gets better and better from here on out. The fist bumps are going all the way around the desks. We'll see. Anytime I see Monkey Moon do the handshake, I know it's time to get in it, and it is, guys. We've got it. Our final qualification match for the playoffs.
Getting into top 8 right here with a win. Can NIP take down Twisted Minds? Let's find out. I know I'm going to be watching Jorius. Jorius, a very flashy player. If you remember when he subbed in for OCE on the Chiefs, I believe it was. Ended up getting MVP at that Esports World Cup. So you know that he is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, an absolute sleeper pick there. The Great White, as some say, but Nubo, that is your 1v1 champion. So eyes are going to be on him. Jorius with a big, powerful shot to the backboard there, and Monkey Moon tallying another save into his record book. About 40 seconds into this one. A little bit of pressure there from NIP. TSM returns it back. TRK on no boost, doesn't scare him.
ये क्या गोल बचाया लेकिन गोल हो गया भाई ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स का पहला.
It's that pass and play that you were talking about that takes their lead.
Who needs to make saves?
बचाने का ट्राई तो क्या था, अच्छा था भाई ट्राई.
You might not catch up to Exotic yet, but
he's in a league of his own in a different category right now. That's all he cares about. Twisted Minds, that opening lead, nice and clean. Jorius double up the side. And right now, NIP just trying to be able to spot each other. I feel like Twisted Minds are coming into this very aware that interceptions are going to be the name of the game for this squad. NIP likes to be very well connected. A little awkward here.
Johnny Boy talk about this team as well. One of the faster teams in Twisted Minds, but they don't get to this one. Jorius, that EWC MVP from 2 years ago, leaving his early mark.
Just a quick read there from Jorius. Low boost all the way around too. That's what's been so interesting. I want to see the boost meters at the end of this game, just because so many of these challenges from Jorius in particular are coming in so low. But he was able to get it on there. Tied game between the two. Monkey Moon shot just a bit wide.
Heard the clang off the post, but still the attack ongoing. TRK beat to that ball. Decent amount of boost for this counterattack. Let's see what CRR can do. Hits the brakes. Try to keep that into a dribble. Oli denying the clear the first time around, but Nubo powers through and gets it all the way to NIP's corner.
Around that corner there is CRR. Does hand off possession back to the one man you should be afraid of if he has it. Pass off to TRK. Great stop from Oli and the post.
And that gets
क्या पोल लगा भाई लेकिन डायरेक्ट गोल.
Squishy shoots it. Who needs to save it? Just
गोल लग के रिबाउंड हुई बॉल से तो गोल ही हो गया.
Tap from Oli to set it up.
Jorius needs no more than a quarter tank to do whatever he wants. He's
nice goal भाई. लॉन्ग गोल मारा है भाई बंदे ने.
You love to see it.
And a lot of times you see that mechanic, the squishy save, utilized to make some saves. Sometimes when you're low boost, you're trying to perfectly time a high shot, defend the top part of the net, but Jorius using it to wind up a shot. But the vision from Oli to see that. That was fantastic from Oli, who gets another tip up, forces a double commit out of Twisted Minds. The teamwork is there early for NIP.
NIP just doing an incredible job of handling the pressure. Ball almost got taken away by Twisted Minds, but even when it does, it doesn't seem to stay with them for very long. That's the difference between the two at the moment. NIP back with it in their possession. CRR trying to get it around, set up Oli. Oli stopped on the shot. 2, 3 players, and a team bump could cost him.
Oh man, you saw the panic, and this is all because Oli decides to stay in the play. Gets the 50, gets that little touch, which puts the
गोल ऐसा खाली छोड़ के रखा है भाई लोगों ने. NIP तो लेगी इसका फायदा.
As well out of Twisted Minds. And that's all because Oli is getting in the mix.
This one high balls off the kick off Monkey Moon. Of course, going to be there. 2 touches almost to the backboard there. I like this from NIP. You do gotta recognize a Twisted Minds MO is going to be that backboard, trying to find each other. Monkey Moon just trying to play a little bit of time, hold possession for his team, almost gets away from them. Still trailing by 2.
Very strong first game here for NIP. Might get a 4th goal. CRR going for the double. It's blocked, but Jorius will have a decent amount of boost. It's a hand up, prevents TRK from getting a clean clear. And that pinch from CRR is going to make things more of a pain. Still settled by Nubo. Bumped off the ball. And look at Oli again winning this at the midfield. Monkey Moon gets bumped and TRK was there, but you can see how stretched thin this Twisted Minds defense is.
क्या गोल हो सकता है ना?
Definitely, you know, coming into this game, one wasn't.
Guys, 1 मिनट रह गया, 1 मिनट पे 2 गोल मार दे भाई. Twisted Minds को और कम बैक करना है तो.
I think they expected to have a lot more time on the other end, especially when you have a player like Nubo in your side, because this
चलो भाई, एक आ गया.
this was what they were
1 मिनट पे 1 more goal. OT के लिए.
A lovely 50
भाई,
by
103
Nubo. And the
kmph.
demo from Monkey Moon. You can tell he was taking out some frustration there. Oli, no chance at dodging that one. And now we've got a ball game left. Only 1 goal behind is Twisted Minds. They've got a minute left to get one.
There's plenty of time here for Monkey Moon. Nubo 50s forward, demoed for the effort. Monkey Moon almost, but there was no cut in time. They race back, get the boost, collect their thoughts and the ball. A little awkward here, but manages to recover. Jorius just waiting and lurking, already up for the touch. An NIP could slow things down here.
It's another double commit on that play. We'll see if Twisted Minds can recover, but they haven't been doing themselves any favor in that department. Monkey Moon getting much more aggressive later in this game. Still, 1 goal behind. Here's the passing play. Monkey Moon to Nubo. Back to Monkey Moon, who slots it. The give and go.
कर दिया भाई.
What?
Twisted Minds ने OT.
Pass. Look at this. First touch to Nubo, sends himself flying. The placement is everything. 19 seconds in a tied game.
जो चीज का वेट कर रहा था वही कर दिया लो.
More than enough time.
Monkey Moon is really stepping up for Twisted Minds, but there's the fake, the shot off the post, bounces back to Oli and he knocks it in.
ये क्या गोल था भाई NIP का?
To count out Jorius with the fake and the post.
Oh my God!
You got to admit it. Hitting that post fakes, I think everybody out in that moment.
NIP मैच छीन गए भाई.
He has the lead. They take the lead with 14 off.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you say, "Oh, we'll take that." NIP almost let this one get away from him. Monkey Moon's going to try to keep this alive for some 0-second magic. TRK keeping it airborne, but it's knocked down to the ground, and NIP takes game 1 despite Twisted Minds making a late comeback.
And honestly, it is a very, very solid performance when you see a player like Oli being so well-rounded in that transition from the middle to the final attack up front. That's what you need from him. And of course, Jorius, you got to talk about it. 5 shots on net, involved on pretty much everything, 3 of the 4. This is a very solid.
ऐसा NIP का आज भाई लकी डे है भाई. टीम फेवर कर रही है. 2 गोल ऐसे पड़े हैं.
Oli with the little tip up to Jorius on that squishy behind the or wrap around the net shot. You saw him get the 50, get the extra touch that led to the goal, and then at the end being able to get this double tap off the post. I don't know how planned that was. Sometimes you get a little bit fortunate, but regardless, Oli in the right place at the right time, making the right plays. And he was really the key factor for that win, at least for me, on NIP.
Oh, I'm right there with you on that. Jorius absolutely stepping up. And everybody's role in this too right now from NIP is showing no panic. They're right where they need to be. They're not trying to figure anything out. This is Twisted Minds trying to adapt a little bit. They've got no space. They've got no time, but they're going to try and figure it out here.
Yeah, Twisted Minds had no boost. Last game, spent 160 seconds on low boost. That was over a minute longer than NIP. So the boost game clearly in NIP's favor. We'll see if that continues here in game 2.
Both teams absolutely clinical in the last, statistically at least. In terms of shooting, CRR are going to try and keep going. Denied the double off the backboard. Oli's still going to try and keep it going. Another shot ripped towards net. 30 seconds into this, all the pressure with NIP.
Oli can bring more of that magic. Also on the other end, Monkey Moon was getting very physical. The bumps and demos from him allowed Twisted Minds to mount that comeback, even though they weren't able to get it to come to fruition with a win. We'll see if Monkey Moon continues to target NIP with those demos, and we'll see if Twisted Minds gets some boost and also avoid double committing. How many times do we see Nubo and TRK double commit in that last game? lots of things to clean up for Twisted Minds.
Monkey Moon with a close shot towards net. This one just a bit high. Follow right on center. A fourth denied over and over and over again. That NIP defense really keeping them strong in this game.
Just talking about the demos for Monkey Moon, he was the only one to even land any demos last game. All 4 demos came from Monkey Moon. So see if anyone else can start stepping up, if they can get on the same page, because despite making those few clear mistakes, Twisted Minds was still very much in that game.
इसके बाद के 2 गेम गाइस जो होने वाले हैं वो सब बेस्ट ऑफ 7 होने वाले, नॉट अ बेस्ट ऑफ 5 लोगों को मैं बता दूं, एंड वो होने वाले लोअर ब्रैकेट्स, उसमें से जो भी हारा वो बाहर.
Just a little bit, I don't know, more clinical than what Twisted Minds was bringing to the table.
उसमें से जो भी हारेगा वो बाहर जाएगा.
A little bit different here. Oli, crazy catch from down.
लो जी गाइस, NIP का पहला गोल पड़ गया यहाँ पे. Let's go.
Beautiful team play. CRR off the bounce from the sidewall.
Can we have some hype in the chat, dude?
Catches Oli right on the numbers, right in front of that. That's the most dangerous area to go for a redirect. You have no time to react as a defender. And Oli comes through clutch again.
He is genuinely putting on a show right now. CRR off the sidewall, shot gonna be taken, actually denied by Monkey Moon. It takes the #1 defender to keep NIP back right now, but they are still trailing.
We saw Twisted Minds have a late comeback last game. Can they get things going a little bit earlier? We just hit the halfway point of the game. 1-0. NIP has been leading a majority of these minutes that we've played.
TRK from midfield. Monkey Moon tried to get in on that action. Same with Nubo. It's just feeling like, you know, one shot in the dark after the other right now. NIP seeing everything. Jorius, another handoff to Oli. Oli gonna work with what he can. 2 up on it. Another, you know, attempt being made. That's all you can really say for Twisted Minds right now.
They are boosted up though. See what they do with it. See Jorius so quick. Gets it around 2 defenders. Nubo's last back, and it's Oli who strikes yet again for NIP.
Of course it is too.
Right?
Jorius used everything he had left, and Oli's just been doing this incredible job of lurking in the dark, giving
Perfect
no
center बना के दिया भाई.
He's playing positionally so well. That's something that NIP is doing so well. You see their spacing, their position. They're not double committing. They're passing to one another. They have such a complete game right now, and then for Jorius to take out multiple defenders. I mean, he beat 2 defenders straight up and then made it awkward for the 3rd. That is such a huge amount of work to be able to pull off.
NIP लेके जाएगी guys, मेरे को लग रहा है तीसरा गोल मार गई. NIP लेके जा रही है.
Trick from Oli.
Oli absolutely making everyone eat their words.
3-0 आ रहा है भाई. 3-0 आ रहा है NIP का.
Coming into this series, NIP literally has gotten better every single time we have seen them this weekend.
And Oli is amping it up. Oli, key part of the victory in game 1. This time, scoring all 3 goals for NIP. Twisted Minds have no answers right now.
Fight to find something for Twisted Minds is really just catching them off guard. Monkey Moon having to reach for this one. A second shot should be taken, but it's played out into the pocket corner. You don't have to stress too hard when you're up by 3. Jorius to himself. Nubo trying to find something, wants to take a challenge, but again, there's no space allotted. NIP doing such an incredible job with these timed follows and challenges.
NIP, they are looking crisp out there. And maybe that puts into perspective the loss for Shopify Rebellion. NIP, maybe they've leveled up. And right as I say it, we do see one go in late. 33 seconds.
बहुत लेट गोल आया भाई ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स का, बहुत ज़्यादा लेट.
First goal, they still need 2 just to force overtime.
33 सेकंड से मेरे को लगता नहीं हो पाएगा.
It's not impossible. Definitely enough time, but Twisted Minds need something off the kickoff. Let's see what we get. A fake.
Double fake, yep. Right to TRK. Monkey Moon's on the ceiling. Nubo didn't get the reset. Wasn't able to find Monkey Moon on that pass. So that opportunity squandered a bit. And NIP is going to happily melt this extra time off the clock. Here's another double commit. Doesn't result in a goal, but double commit after double commit, you can just tell that Twisted Minds is not comfortable. They haven't been able to get a solid grip on the boost game or their rotations.
Gotta get nappy.
And I'm sure that is related.
Well, a match point has been claimed here for NIP, an extremely solid performance that has only gotten better with time. NIP fans absolutely losing their minds in the stands, and rightfully so. Oli, look at this, the redirect catch from downtown into what
Play from Jorius.
disgusting.
3-0 आ रहा है.
Everyone out of the play gives Oli a wide open look, but then this play,
NIP 3-0 करने वाली है.
and over a low boost, Nubo gets the drop down. You can even see if you glanced in the corner at the boosts. Players on 0, players with a single small pad worth of boost. Twisted Minds, they have been struggling to get comfortable. They're forced to call a timeout. So, Kirk, you asked at the beginning of this series, you know, which team is more likely to possibly get a reverse sweep? Well, I guess the answer is something we found out. It has to be Twisted Minds.
It's gotta be. Listen, and you've got the makings to do it, right? You've got the best defender in EWC, arguably the world, and the land god on top of that. You got TRK, one of the most notable names in MENA and the world, and the 1v1 GOAT. How is this not a recipe for success? I couldn't tell you. It's NIP playing extremely comfortable. You can see the Twisted Minds fans in the back trying to just boost morale or anything, but it is stone cold faces.
And it seems like you might need a magic wand.
Yeah,
make this happen, especially when we've never seen a reverse sweep here at the Esports World Cup. But one of the other things that NIP did very well in that last game, besides Oli popping off, was demos. 6 demos for NIP, 0 from Twisted Minds. Monkey Moon was the only player to get demos on his team the first game as well. So we have not seen a lot of demos at all. Meanwhile, NIP feel comfortable. The rotations are there, the shooting is there, the team play is there. Spacing is perfect. I mean, what more could you ask for out of NIP?
And there really isn't anything, right? At that point, after a performance like this,
I think there is. It's a one more game win is what you can ask for.
One more game win I would definitely ask for. After that, I'd be like, guys, please reel it in a little bit. You've got the playoffs from this point forward. It's been an intense competition, but the smiles all the way around tell you everything you need to know. They're going in with the same plan, right? It has worked so far, but Twisted Minds gotta start the impossible reverse sweep.
We've seen some good attempts, but no one's been able to pull it off yet. Early on, we see Jorius get a nice save. There's a demo from TRK. Perhaps we'll start to see more physicality out of Twisted Minds. Those demos can definitely allow you to push up field and get more boost. And boost has been a huge problem for Twisted Minds. But just like that, CRR is going to march this downfield and in, and that has to sting for Twisted Minds.
That is rough too.
And I've been निकाला भाई पहला गोल. Crazy.
He ran it forward. He did his best, and like that's
Crazy,
not even
crazy.
the first time we've seen a no boost goal from NIP. They do not care.
And that one's a tilter as well for Monkey Moon. You saw Monkey Moon had the boost advantage. CRR just flings it at him, and it bounces right back off Monkey Moon to CRR, and he knocks it in. And another quality shot opportunity goes by the wayside. Twisted Minds, they really are starting to deflate. Demo from Jorius. Nubo trying to get something going, and now we see demos left and right.
I anticipated to see more in this one. I mean, it's exactly what we're getting here. A center, no connect, just a straight slot to the corner here. NIP denying Twisted Minds of any possibilities. Another one sent off by Jorius. NIP, this is just, they understand what they need to do. That is
खत्म हो रहा है guys NIP का.
and if opportunity shows up, you take it.
0-3 Twisted Minds को फेंक रहे भाई lower bracket.
Sometimes you don't get very many opportunities, especially the teams of this caliber. But NIP has been able to knock down every opportunity they've been presented. TRK dodging a bump, but Oli there with a key challenge. Glorious lets that out. Now corner pass to himself. You can see the lead blocker play from Nubo, but again, didn't land.
Right now, Twisted Minds are just kind of in their own worlds. This is actually, I think, the most separated I've seen them play ever. A team bump between the two. I mean, team bumps, you know, misconnects, an offside shot here. Second
save, nice save, bhai.
Then Oli. It's just written in the stars right now that, you know, NIP have Twisted Minds absolutely figured out.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating experience so far for Twisted Minds, but they still are in this one as we approach the halfway point of the game. Only down by a single goal. Just a best of 5. It is not undoable, but this is where you really have to show that mental fortitude.
Second half of the game now sits between NIP and the playoffs. Still holding on to that 1-goal lead. CRR gonna try and turn it into 2. 14 in the tank, has his flip, denied any touch on the ball right now. NIP gonna play the patient game, just circling around Twisted Minds. One challenge after the next, rolling down. CRR there to bail out.
Monkey Moon tries to control it, gets dunked on. Can Jorius get this pass to the middle in time? No, CRR was ready for it. But Jorius had that ball going just too far ahead of him. And had that one gone in, I'm sure that would have been the final little bit of wind out of the sails for Twisted Minds.
You thought there was a chance, at least a small one.
Oh, and there's a nice ball.
Okay. Twisted Minds is back, guys, in the lobby.
Back on 0 boost. But there's that demo that played a key role in this goal for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, that 0 boost run back there, not in their favor. You can see the excitement though. Twisted Minds making some noise as they are the 5th attempt here at the EWC at a reverse sweep. Nobody has been successful quite yet. They're looking to be the first.
Another demo from TRK. Decent corner bounce as well. CRR had to backflip, hit that to the corner. Now a back pass to TRK, who gets it up and over the defense. No boost for TRK. Couldn't get the 50 either. Nubo's going to try to keep it in, but Jorius hits it downfield. Monkey Moon for the tip back to his own corner. Corner pass attempted, broken up. So Twisted Minds stand tall on defense. And now going to try to take the lead here. You see TRK get demoed from behind. Oh, it's a hit right back to Monkey Moon. A giveaway here from NIP. They put that back
Bhai, kya goal mara bhai?
Monkey Moon refusing to leave the NIP side without a goal. And he got it. And he gives them more than enough time to get back into this.
Monkey Moon was the player that led the comeback charge and gave Twisted Minds a chance to win game 1. Now, a late go-ahead goal to start that attempt at a reverse sweep. CRR going for a double. Broken up. Nubo, no boost. Has to get help from Monkey Moon on that big clear.
The rough thing, too, you know, playing ping pong back and forth with this ball is not what you need. 29 seconds left on the clock. A fake to bounce.
Twisted Minds अपना game कर लिया मेरे को लग रहा है.
Crossing your fingers and shooting in the dark right now. CRR no boost.
इतने जल्दी जाने नहीं देगी भाई ये game Twisted
Keep
Minds.
this ball away from
They're going
Twisted
1-2.
Minds.
NIP getting some last second heroics to come through. Nubo, full tank of boost, goes for a ceiling pinch. It is tipped back down to Monkey Moon, who's gonna boom it downfield. And that's gonna hit the ground. Twisted Minds are on the board.
They are on their
1-2
journey
baby.
to attempting
जल्दी नहीं जाने देंगे भाई
a
लोग match.
reverse sweep for a spot in the playoffs. And definitely a different version of Twisted Minds this time too, right? A lot more willing to play high risk, high reward onto the other end. It came with a couple of mistakes here and there, but at the end of it, they were able to stay strong enough.
Yeah, and that one mistake, CRR couldn't get much of a clear to the corner, ended up passing it right back to Monkey Moon, who was able to score it and put his team ahead. A single shot all game for NIP. And it resulted in a goal, but you're going to need more than that. Twisted Minds, on the other hand, able to amp up their offense just enough, but also taking advantage of the mistakes from NIP, which up to this point we haven't really seen many of.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it's going to force a lot more out of them, though, especially, you know, in that game 3 ball
sat in that NIP half for about 65% of the game. That was more than the rest of the series. So, you know, if you see Monkey Moon in your end, close to your net more often than not, chances are you're in trouble.
And one reason why they were able to push so far up in enemy territory was because Twisted Minds were effective at stealing all the small pads on NIP's side. So that allowed Twisted Minds to move that line forward and keep NIP on their goal line.
One more opportunity for NIP to close out, another for Twisted Minds to continue on. Oli slow musty towards net, an easy TRK save and pass up to Nubo. Reset takes his challenge.
कहाँ से कहाँ ले गया भाई ये बॉल?
We're knocking this off right now.
Oli goes for the boom. TRK. See him peel off to get that corner boost.
Dang. CRR, you might have just cost a broken rule 1 in EWC on match point. Just it screams game 6.
I don't think we need to get into Rule 1 right now. Rule 1 could go away and never come back, and I would not be sad at all. Let's see if NIP can close things out. They did not look like they had a biting offense last game. Tight situation there, but CRR takes the charge, intercepted by Nubo. TRK, nice pass in, but that's blocked out. But still on the attack is Twisted Minds, looking much better. They've got teeth in their attack in the back pass, a little bold,
Nice
but
save,
Oli
boy.
was ready for it.
It's just solid communication. However, 2 up on the next. It's kind of just wasting everything they
Goal.
got, and eventually it will go through like it does.
Crucial match comeback कर रही है क्या?
First 2 up, you'll see the double commit here. They're both just flying, using everything they have, and eventually the timing is going to be a little bit off once you use everything. Another low boost attempt, resulting in a goal for Twisted Minds.
Good stuff from TRK as well. He saw CRR flying in for the challenge, was able to read that trajectory perfectly to tuck that ball behind him and get that goal. So Twisted Minds in prime position here. Will we see that reverse sweep finally come through?
There's definitely a chance, but Joreus is going to try and remind them what NIP was doing in those first 2 games. Monkey Moon throws this to the backboard. CRR enough to slow the play down. Nubo's done an incredible job of staying in that side and really just giving any opportunity to Twisted Minds. They hold on to their lead. Final 3 to go.
Nubo, it's demoed. Ball hit hard out to Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon's going to go for a pinch. Goes up off the ceiling. TRK hit it to the corner. But now the pass up to Joreus. Joreus has CRR trying to get bumps off the backboard. Looks like TRK was removed from the backboard, but the counterattack is on. It's a little awkward. Joreus tries to clear it out, hits it to TRK, but TRK couldn't get the double.
TRK finally took his #1 spot in all-time leading scorers back, tied with Exotic at 51. Looking to make it 52. This one's going to bounce back. A pass over to TRK. Let's see if he has the opportunity to do it.
Good enough for a bump.
He takes it! Twisted
Guys, Twisted Minds भाई comeback कर रही है.
Find the space and each other. Look at this. The timing from TRK.
NIP का हो गया
to get the
बकला रहा.
pass off.
Perfect stuff.
Just
क्या gap बना के goal कर रहे हैं भाई लोग.
And you saw the defender had to dodge the bump attempt from TRK, which even if you don't get bumped, if you're forced off the ball in order to dodge the bump, that's just as good. TRK, mission accomplished, paves the way for that shooting lane, and Twisted Minds come through. So now you'll wonder if NIP is going to start to feel the pressure, start to panic a little bit, because Twisted Minds is on a roll.
There was a team that would be able to pull off the reverse sweep. I would assume it's the landman Monkey Moon on alongside Nubo and TRK. However, this time they're playing defense in their end, got to get out of their side, trying to get down. NIP swarming around, getting a little bit desperate to try and get out of their half too. They haven't quite had too many opportunities to get to shoot. They've been fairly boxed in.
Always going to look for CRR, flip reset pass. CRR going for the double, but the backboard defended nicely from Nubo. Easy peasy, also gets the reset. He's going to keep going. Didn't have a lot of boost there, but still time being wasted.
Final minute between Twisted Minds and that final game. Nubo tried as close as he could to set them up, but a quick counter from NIP could change things here. A shot just on the mark from none other than the one.
Yeah, only being able to hit that. That was a nice bump as well. CRR wrecking crew, but Oli
Snipe OT कर पाएगी guys. Let's go
I
यार.
thought that was going to go bar out. But great placement from Oli. He has been a solid scorer. Now another opportunity, the equalizer.
Back to back भाई. कर दिया 2-all. NIP hello.
On low boost, he does it again. Jorius off the post into the what feels like the perfect follow. Tied game at 39.
Popped up. Oli
Draw कर दिया भाई game.
Jorius with full boost. It's a precarious pass across net, but TRK collects. CRR breaking it up. Ball back to Oli. Oli gonna try to make a second effort on it, but Monkey Moon knocks it off his bumper.
That corner where NIP have lost a fair amount of possession, so they're gonna play it in the air from the side.
Oh.
Towards net in 8 seconds.
A goal बचा
Don't
भाई.
commit. He's last
It's
back.
in a 1v1.
He's gonna go for the bump. Oh, it's off the bar, off the
पोल लग गया भाई. पोल लग गया भाई. Guys OT.
Almost disaster for Twisted Minds, but they get another life.
CRR almost able to take it away too. Oli up next. He has the time and the space. The
NIP full aggro खेल रही है भाई. Full aggro.
NIP. Monkey Moon finally able to almost take Twisted Minds out of their side, but pressure still stands with NIP and Oli flip to 1 down to center. It's a slow follow.
Low boost for Nubo. Low boost for Monkey Moon. But TRK has enough to go for a double. The double lightly towards net. Jorius doesn't panic, but still loses the 50. And Monkey Moon wills his team to a victory.
Straight pressure, and you gotta respect Jorius for trying. And the timing of the flip on that is rough. Almost.
भाई TSM come back कर गए guys.
But you can't doubt.
TSM बोला sorry. Twisted Minds. My bad.
The 5th reverse sweep attempt.
Twisted Minds कर गए भाई. Game turn कर दिया लोगों ने पूरा NIP के against.
They could be the first
5th map जा रहे भाई.
in EWC.
ये Falcons और उनका मैच हो गया भाई Amit.
In this game, it got out of hand for Twisted Minds near the end. They were up with 45 seconds left. They give that one up. Then off kickoff, they let in a second goal. They could have crumbled, but they stood tall, even denying a 0-second opportunity that was very dangerous. Jorius, he tried to get a 50 to the corner, but you could see he was awkward. And Monkey Moon able to pull through in another big moment. Monkey Moon has kept his cool all series long. Even in the games that Twisted Mind lost, Monkey Moon was that fueling force, or so it seemed to me, for Twisted Minds. And that goal, massive for Twisted Minds, who now are back in this series. A chance to win it. We have gone the distance. Game 5, another reverse sweep attempt. And this is to make it into the playoffs.
An immense amount of pressure, but something that absolutely could be handled on either end. 2025 EWC finalist Oli trying to take his teammates into those playoffs once again. Monkey Moon on the flip side, he just wants to add to the trophy case, especially on land in France, in front of a home crowd. It's been so fun seeing all the fans out. And they've garnered a lot of the French fans too. They love their Monkey Moon.
It's tough. How can you hate him? He's won an Esports World Cup, multiple World Championships. I mean, he is a shining beacon for France, and especially you just look at the success that he's had. Can't not love the guy here. But NIP, maybe I don't know of how much fanfare they have for Monkey Moon, because right now he's been a thorn in their side. Twisted Minds back-to-back wins. Monkey Moon, a key part of that. And one of the things that we've been seeing out of Twisted Minds is how compact they've been playing. They are playing right on each other's heels. That is very beneficial for those situations where you want to follow up on that 50-50. That was this exact situation Monkey Moon was able to come out on top of, but we have also seen a lot of double commits result from that. So we'll see how Twisted Minds play in this final game of the series. If NIP can close things out, because they were looking unstoppable early, but right now, all it's going to take is one game.
Last game was 50-50 down the middle. And this one
लो
is
जी पहला गोल आप ही का
down in
ट्विस्टेड
the
माइंड्स का
net.
क्रेजी भाई
Twisted Minds, an early lead, something they haven't seen for quite some time. Monkey Moon centers it from the sidewall, but the TRK fake is what puts Twisted Minds ahead.
And you talk about playing compact. TRK and Nubo were right on top of each other, but that was so perfect because that little fake from TRK froze the defense, and already Nubo was in position to make that shot. Another chance, quality
और एक गोल भाई TSM बोल रहा ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स भाई क्या हो रहा है ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स बैक टू बैक गोल कर रहे भाई
A fresh version of Twisted Minds, so much more reminiscent of themselves against Foot from yesterday. This is a much more cohesive version of themselves. They're trusting each other a lot more to be able to pull off these two-man plays and fake with the third. Now NIP trying to respond.
Holy. Has that ball go out to Jorius. Jorius going to try to control this. Goes off the ceiling, back down to the ground. It's a hit right to their own net. Monkey Moon will head out to the corner. Twisted Minds trying to fight out of their own half right now. TRK out of boost. He misses. Monkey Moon also low boost. But still, that 50 will clear it deep downfield.
Jorius is going to try and catch this. Actually ends up leaving it for Ole to continue to play forward. NIP finally out of their own half. They've gotten boxed in for quite some time, and it's going to stay that way as they play the back pass. That might be the key to getting out, but it is low boost.
A pre-jump didn't work out for NIP, and now possession is shut down, but still, time is on the side for Twisted Minds.
And that's the thing, right? When you're up by 2 like this, especially after this exhausting journey you've had to get to this game 5, you are not going to challenge NIP too hard. You're going to allow them, you know, to play their game, take their shots, and defend. And unfortunately, you take a little more than you should have. A little too close on there. Jorius catches Twisted Minds out on a full team commit.
Yeah, and that's one of the dangers of playing really compact. You saw Monkey Moon tried to turn and shut down that play before it could get started, but he was the player who I think needed to rotate back. Somebody needed to rotate back. They went all in early, and they lost out. Now gave away that goal. So we are back in another tight race here. NIP 1 goal behind as we've got 3 minutes left on the clock.
That 1 goal lead, not going to feel too secure now that NIP has managed to get back into the other end. Demo's coming through, but that's not going to slow anybody down. CRR and Oli playing that compact style back to them, and it could be enough. Jory is here off the nose of his car. He's center from the corner. Nubo gonna have to take this one up into the air, and he has the boost and the flip to do so.
Oh man, he barely missed out on that reset.
ये गेम गाइस कोई भी जीता भाई डिजर्व करता है भाई जीतना
To set up that
दोनों
play,
टीम अच्छा
but
खेल रही है
needed to get that reset to be a threat.
And that second half is where the pressure is really going to start to amount onto NIP, especially if this gets taken here.
I see, boy.
CRR and Jorius on low boost, but still going to play this ball out as far as they can. See if anybody's there to help follow it. Slow follow from CRR, and Oli's already center waiting, ready to go, but they might have been a little too far forward. This is in! Monkey
ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स भाई ना मान रहे भाई
defense's mistakes.
लॉन्ग गोल मारा है भाई
Harry, Monkey Moon all the way back in his own half, launching that one downfield. The key moment in the game, Monkey Moon is stepping up. He has been the foundation from which Twisted Minds has been able to build this reverse sweep. But hold up, it's not over yet. Another kickoff goal here for
NIP यहाँ से गोल कर रही है भाई क्रेजी क्या हो रहा है लास्ट गेम
Get away from him just a little bit. Jorius was
Don't tell me last game में उठे होने वाला है
timing, but TRK, my gosh, listen.
You just saw
Don't tell me last game में उठे होने वाला
the bus right in front of him. What are you supposed to do? I think that was CRR.
ये इधर से गोल मार रहे हैं वो उधर से गोल मार रहे हैं
Solid plan.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is just get in the way.
Monkey Moon gonna try and turn a 1-goal lead back into 2 off the backboard. Gonna call himself off of it, hand that possession back over to NIP, just here to defend.
Oh, and that's gonna go in.
कर गया भाई 3-all.
A breakdown from Twisted Minds only gets
NIP कर गया भाई 3-all.
reset goes towards net, actually lands a bump on Monkey Moon, and that was enough to put him out of position.
And that's the fun thing about Oli, right? Oli, we've seen him, you know, just absolutely demolishing, taking shots after the other, but when he is ready to open up paths and do what he can to get his team back into it, he will. Final 90. Joris gonna play this from the ceiling, catches his flip off of it, manages to push it forward just enough to keep this ball with NIP.
Nubo gets the reset, it's gonna go for a bump, but CRR up over, gets the touch. And now we'll leave that for Jorius, who's gonna force the save out of TRK, force him off boost so Jorius can steal that corner. Nubo out of boost. And there's a demo as well. This is very bad for
Clear
Twisted
goal.
Minds.
Ola. NIP कर गई 4th goal.
In the lower corner, NIP ahead in the final minute.
NIP looking to deny Twisted Minds reverse sweep. They've held
NIP ले गए last round पे.
strong. 58
अब करना पड़ेगा Twisted Minds को. 1 मिनट है, कर सकते गोल.
the playoffs. Monkey Moon gonna deny Jorius off the kickoff. CRR there to try and defend, but it's cleared up field.
Monkey Moon's got a full tank. Heavy first touch, but still will get a 50. But Oli will clear it downfield. TRK is contested. This is still a decent breakout opportunity.
Direct
TRK
goal.
by 1. It's gonna
Direct
go
goal.
from the
Oh
block,
my
tried to 50 it
god.
through. Couldn't get it to happen.
Only 30 seconds. TRK pops this one up to himself. Jorius just under the mark. This
Goal
could
पड़ेगा
be
lol.
it. And it is.
दोनों टीम नहीं मान रही guys. दोनों टीम नहीं मान रही भाई. इधर से ना Twisted Minds मान रही है ना इधर से भाई NIP मान रही है भाई. हो गया भाई आज. और एक OT आ रहा है. Last game OT.
Completely out of boost at the end of that play. They left it all out there to get that equalizer.
Last game OT आ रहा है.
The crowd is on their feet. Everybody's hearts are racing. Twisted Minds looking to try and take this in regulation. CRR looking to lurk to find a catch for NIP. 8 seconds to go. Oli's underneath Jorius. Could it be enough?
Nubo up to Monkey Moon. It's back to the middle. Will they keep it up? TRK hits it to the corner. CRR full tank of boost. It's read by Nubo. He's gonna go for it. He's blocked. It's down to the ground. And
OT
we've
हो गया
got
lol.
overtime. Winner
एक
moves
गोल
on
डिसाइड
to
करने वाला है गाइस. कौन जीतेगा?
Golden goal.
और कौन जाएगा लोअर ब्रैकेट?
To the EWC playoffs. Oli catches.
पड़ गया गोल. लो जी NIP गई. Well played by Twisted Minds. यार जी क्या हाल है? CS2 नेक्स्ट वीक है ब्रदर. CS2 हो रहा है बट CS2 मैं नेक्स्ट वीक करूंगा. मैं प्लेऑफ्स करने वाला हूँ सारे कवर. Well played by Twisted Minds. Well played. NIP जीत गई भाई.
Join SSG, the Falcons, and Vitality in the playoffs.
It's just not meant to be. Reverse sweeps just can't happen
They're
apparently
not
here at
real.
the Esports World Cup. But
गाइस
what
अभी
a
जो नेक्स्ट
series
2
for
मैच होने वाले हैं वो होने वाले MIBR वर्सेस WC और
stellar performance.
F वर्सेस
So many
R8.
of those
तो
key
दोनों
moments
मोस्टली
in
मैं
this
कवर नहीं करूंगा
series.
क्योंकि वो ग्रुप बी के दोनों लोअर ब्रैकेट है. मैं यहाँ पे कर रहा हूँ स्ट्रीम को बंद.
MVP performance from him.
मैं तुम लोग को मिलूंगा से रात को ऑन डायरेक्टली ऑन किक
CRR
प्रोबेबली.
and Jorius,
मैं दोनों मैच कवर नहीं कर रहा हूँ.
Such a solid game and series.
I'll
Hats
take
off
a
to
leave
you
today.
guys. I mean, you absolutely earned it. That was their biggest challenge by far. You can hear the fans in the crowd celebrating and jumping as they denied a world champion a spot in EWC playoffs.
क्रेजी हो गया भाई. मजा
Wow,
आया.
that was an incredible team effort here from NIP. They put on a show. Maybe it could have been easier for them.
मजा आया गाइस. मजा आया अपर ब्रैकेट का सिनेरियो देखकर भाई. अभी जो भी होने वाला है गाइस वो ग्रुप बी के लोअर ब्रैकेट्स होने वाले हैं जो कि बेस्ट ऑफ 7 होने वाले हैं दोनों के दोनों मैचेस. तो आई होप इट्स गोना बी इनसेन एंड रिजल्ट कल पता चल जाएगा होपफुली या मे बी थोड़ा टाइम बाद ही पता चल जाएगा बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली मैं गेम कवर नहीं कर रहा हूँ. पर रात को मैं स्ट्रीम करने वाला हूँ डायरेक्टली ऑन किक. तो मेक श्योर यू गाइस फॉलो मी ऑन किक. एक्सक्लेमेटरी किक इन द चैट. पिन कमेंट्स में भी लिंक दिया हुआ तो आप लोग चेकआउट कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, मैं मिलता हूँ आपको कल के स्ट्रीम पे। बाय बाय, गुड नाइट, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वॉच पार्टी गाइस। मिलते हैं कल के वॉच पार्टी में जो कि डिसाइडर मैचेस होने वाले, जिस पे गाइस नॉकआउट है भाई, स्ट्रेट नॉकआउट्स। तो यप, बाय बाय, गुड नाइट, सी यू टुनाइट डायरेक्टली ऑन किक। बाय बाय गाइस।
Thank you.